Okay. Still waiting on Vasu down a flick down in Ordo. Sochi is possibly coming at some point. Gonna be a short game because we're starting late because we're all getting ready for this trip. But
Yeah.
let's squeeze in a little bit before we all take off and disappear for 2 weeks, which I can't wait for. When we left off, you guys were at Caldera Island, and you had kind of spent a day or two at Red Bark Harbor, basically just doing a fuckload of crafting. Gale was pretty much occupied for most of the first night that you guys were there. I believe you guys had spent an entire second day there doing more crafting. Let me double check the date. I'm pretty sure it's still Saturday evening.
Don't forget about inspiration.
Right, let me go pull that up.
Hello.
Ooh,
What is?
what's up? What's up with your mic?
Sounds like an Asian ghost.
It does. Okay, inspiration, Gale, and then it's a three-way tie between Yule, Ace, and Nomad, so I'm going to roll for it. Or unless
I already have it.
I was going to say if several of you already have it.
I no longer have it.
Ace already has it.
Perfect. Well, in that case, that'll be Gale, Yule, and Nomad. But yeah, it was late Saturday night. You guys were all kind of settling in to go to sleep so that you could get your long rest and get ready to travel down, presumably into the Underdark in search of Air Cage, where Gale is looking for Marvel. But with that said, as you guys kind of settled in Saturday night, Patches decided to try out a ritual and had summoned himself a bizarre kind of ghostly apparition who looked a little bit like some sort of a jester goblin of some sort. He had a bunch of weird gizmos and gadgets on him, including a deck of cards, which Patches has kind of drawn a couple from. They've had bizarre results. But it's this kind of just weird, ethereal, ghastly visage of a goblin. And Patches, as you're kind of... you finish drawing your second card and it fizzles off and it leaves this key. This vision starts to look at you, kind of bored. It's like tapping its foot, and it doesn't speak, but you just get this overwhelming sense of, okay, what are we gonna do? Why am I here? Well, let's go fuck some shit up. Let's start some problems. But also his mic still might be broken.
Okay, I'm back.
There he is. Okay. How much of that did you hear, if any?
I did not know you were talking to me at all. So, zero.
Okay, so Patches, you've summoned this ethereal, this ghastly visage. You've drawn a couple cards from its deck, and it kind of looks at you. It doesn't really even have facial details to make out. It's just kind of this wavering ghost-like figure. But it seems to be impatient. It seems to be antsy. It wants to do something. It wants to get up to something. It looks bored.
Okay.
It kind of like looks at you, and then it goes over to like your shelf on the airship, and it starts to pick up some of your candles and like stuff them into its pockets.
What is Patch's most damaging spell? For no reason at all.
That would be whatever Yule's most damaging spell is. You can see it tucks the second candle in, and then it kind of goes over to your bag and starts rummaging through it. And it pulls out the tinderbox.
Patches cast Shatter.
Okay, excellent. Sick. What's your saving throw?
15.
All right. There is this eruption of popping noises. Little bits of wood kind of tremble and shake under the effect of the spell. Your bed sheets kind of go flying around a little bit. But when the noise clears, you watch as all of the little wisps of this weird, ghastly creature just kind of vanish away, like fog being dispersed. And as it does, the key in your hand kind of fades into nothing, like popping a balloon or a bubble full of like liquid nitrogen or whatever. And you see that the two candles kind of plop to the ground along with the tinderbox on the floor, and this spirit is gone.
I didn't know that would waste it. Damn it.
So did you just summon a ghost, or?
I don't really know. But it's gone, so.
How comforting.
With that said, that did happen right before the long rest. Unless you get up to any other trouble, the long rest does go smoothly. You all regain your things. Patches, you gain the ability to do that ritual again. Hopefully, at an appropriate time, but we'll see.
I make no promises.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's a nice clear day when you guys wake up, and you receive a message from the Dogmaster saying that the druids have agreed to a meeting, and whenever you're ready, they can TVP you up top, and they'd be happy to speak to you.
Hey, Vec. At some point, you need to update my mana. It's max 14 now, and I get 3 back at night.
Oh, right. God damn it. I just updated all of these, and then you guys leveled up again. Shit. Okay. Oh, well, I got plenty of time to do it.
I'm not a big. I know what it is, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Also, I think we all get 4 hit dice back now.
Yes, that is accurate.
Thank God, I was tapped.
Double checking a thing. Okay, yes, I already did it. Good. I believe in you. Oh no! Well, it's kind of fitting.
Maybe that's the entire reason I'm rolling, so.
What is your con modifier?
2.
Then how do you have less health than me? Do you keep rolling for hit
Yes.
die? Oh.
I have not.
Yeah, I have a
rolled
negative
single
1, and I've
thing.
just been taking it. I just rolled dice to see what I would have rolled, but I have 40 health point max with a negative 1 Constitution score modifier.
I have not rolled less than a 5. Or higher than a 5.
Oh boy. Oh shit, we lost Frisk too. Oh well. Anyway, one way or another, you guys are able to get up and speak to, shit, where are my notes? Ikodio. He is still there with Grover. He seems to be not, like, actively interrogating him at the moment, but he's kind of got Grover sitting on the rocking chair while he does a little bit of work out front. He seems to be cultivating something in a very, very large terracotta pot. And as you approach, he says, I thought you might be back. They said something about needing to go to the Underdark. Yeah, what's up, Ace?
So on the way to walking them from their ship, I start dropping my little newslets everywhere about our exploits when we were there previously. But I use pseudonyms for everyone, so it's like everyone's name is like Pseudo Gale, Pseudo Yule. So everyone has pseudonames except for Ace, and I have like a made-up name like Oclatreus or something like that. Like I just make up a whole name for me, but everyone else has pseudonyms so that no one will know who they are.
And to be clear, are there pseudonames actually Pseudo Gale, Pseudo Moat, etc.?
Yes, it's very clever.
Alright, okay. Sure.
My name is Pseudo Ace.
I name Yule Pseudo Ace because she requests it.
Perfect, okay.
It's so perfect that no one would guess that she was Pseudo Ace.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of hand out these little, tabloids to anyone that will take one. And people are bored and interested enough to take the bait, especially when they realize that you're not charging anything for them. And they start to kind of read through it. Boy. Sure, for shits and giggles, give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
I'll let you make it with intelligence if you want.
I would much prefer that.
Yeah, because it's kind of like... Fuck, it's more journalism than, like, fictional storytelling.
So like a skilled a skilled intelligence thing.
Yeah, skilled intelligence, fine.
I'll just roll something that I have intelligence with. Give me a second.
I believe...
Here, I'll just do this real quick. I'll just do.
Okay.
Oh shit, that was good.
Yeah, you kind of get the sense that as you're distributing these people, the travelers, the people that are in from out of town that are getting ready for the auction next week, most of them don't really care, but, it's free and it's literature, and why not, I guess. They kind of, mistake you for somebody local that's trying to, like, welcome them as if they were tourists. The locals, however, the ones that take the bait the hardest, they are bored out of their goddamn minds. They have nothing to do here all day, every day, except for work and deal with all the travelers. And they are actually a little kind of like excited to know what's going on up at the plateau. You get the sense that they don't really get a lot of information directly from the druids, and that's kind of intentional. So being able to hear some like actual stories about what is happening, it's interesting to them. You get a lot of people that are genuinely excited to read your tabloid.
I do leave out bits of like that we things we speculated. So like I only do the hardcore facts. So I leave out like the Stillstone stuff.
Sure, of course. And they are eager to add speculation of their own. You hear little buzzing rumors here and there about, the druids have fucked something up, or, it must have to do with that big streak in the sky, or, everybody's got wild theories about what's actually going on behind the scenes.
God damn, I should have done this before I did my city thing. Oh well.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a fresh long rest if you want.
I can't do it for another 30 days in the
right.
city.
Right, there's a cooldown. Either way, you guys are able to get back up to Acodio. He is happy to just guide you back to the sinkhole if that's where you're going, unless you have any other business for him.
Hello?
Oh, hi.
Okay, I think I got it working. Yeah.
Sick.
Yay.
What did I miss? I was wondering why everyone was being super quiet.
I
And it
handed out
turned out-
newsletters and everyone loved them.
I missed newsletters.
They were very effective. Tabloid journalism. He gave everybody false names, and your pseudo name is Pseudo Nomad, unless you say otherwise.
Pseudomad. It's like pseudopod.
Yeah, and then Yule is Pseudo Ace, and then I have like an Oclatreus. I made up some random name. Actually, yeah, it doesn't even matter what my name is. This could be different every.
That sounds... Have you used that somewhere else? Because I feel like I've heard that before.
It kind of sounds like Oclakey, maybe.
Maybe.
It also
I don't know.
sounds like a Atreyu from the Neverending Story.
That might be it. It does sound kind of like that.
Yeah, I just kind of keep going with I mean, I change names all the time. Every time I play every character when they say people's names. So honestly, it's gonna be different every single time. I'm not gonna remember it.
Yeah, accurate. I have gotten used to all of your characters having 7 million names.
No, I mean like I forget everyone's names and I just make up names for them.
Oh, fair. Okay.
But yes, my one character has like 1,000 names. He only has 3.
Is it
I guess
only-
Ace has like 3 too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Either way. Did you guys have any other business with the Codio, or are you guys kind of just heading straight back to the sinkhole?
When we get up there, I just ask him, have things calmed down around here? Or are they still kind of a little bit out of whack?
If anything, it's been a little busier than normal because I've had to send a couple of my people over to go clean up over at Thorngrove and try to get things reinstituted. Naturally, in the absence of their order, the town is growing restless, and I suppose, being the closest order, it falls on us to deal with the fallout from that. It's been difficult, but we're making do. Truthfully, I should be over there, but I want to make sure that everything is alright with our friend, and he kind of motions over to Grover, before leaving this place.
How's he doing? Is he any better?
He's bizarre. He seems friendly enough. He seems like he wants to cooperate. He seems confused, out of his element. A stray animal adjusting to a new place.
I want to make an insight check to see if he's like leaving anything out.
Sure, go for it.
Pull anything back. The lowest it can be is a 16.
16? Nah, I mean, he seems like he's being forthright with him.
I trust him indubitably. That's not the right word, but it's fine.
Implicitly.
Exactly.
Alright.
I'm going to do my ping to see if I feel anything different from up here from what I pinged from down there.
Yeah, it's been a couple days. You take a moment, you kind of focus. You get everything that you would expect. About 4 or 5 people other than your party up here. A couple hundred down by the harbor. And nobody, like, much deeper than you would expect.
Okay.
So I don't have a ton of stuff to do, like with the druids or anything, but just for your own bookkeeping. During the long rest, I swapped out my knowledge of the alchemy jug for a cloak of the manta ray, and I have made that.
Sick. Excellent.
Same.
Nice.
We'll probably work together to make ours.
That will
Can
definitely...
you do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Manta ray is 6th level.
What? No, it's not.
I have to go look, because I have no idea.
Check.
Artificer infusions.
I was wondering why anyone would make the cup of water breathing when the manta ray is like right there.
Replicate magic items. Yeah, Cloak of the Manta Ray, you have to have at least 6 levels in Artificer.
Okay, I must have looked at the wrong list.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 4 different versions of Artificer at this point.
Yeah, it might have been on the end.
Oh yeah, I am using the older one. That's the thing. We're kind of semi-different artificers because I'm gonna be an archivist.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love Archivist.
My other character's an archivist. I'm only stopping at level 3 though.
Damn, I'm only here for the psychic shit because
And for
you
the
know
spell
what?
scrolls,
I guess it's a happy side effect. I'm really in it for the fucking weird cantrip that I'm not gonna get any better at because
Oh,
it
yeah.
scales of artificer and not. Oh well.
yeah. But then the psychic advisor is really really good.
Yeah. I like it. It gives you like proficiencies, man.
That and like the pseudo smite is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That you can see through it. You can see through it for like 300 feet or something like that. So it's like a better familiar.
Either way, on the topic of preparation, 3 of you are very familiar with the Underdark, and you would know that there is a very, very good chance that you're going to have to do an extended amount of swimming.
Yeah, my version it's not level 6, and I'm sticking with that version.
Wait, what? Hey, tools, another option. No, this is the same thing. Replicate.
Check it.
Replicate magic. Okay, so you don't need level 6 to get replicate magic item, but there are separate tables under that, and Cloak of the Manta Ray is under the 6th level table.
It's literally in the same table as Cap of Water Breathing.
What? No, it's not. Okay, hang on.
Look.
I can literally concur. I can concur to this. It's under the replicable items. If you're looking at the same one he has, which is the one I use, it is.
It's under. Okay, hang on. I have to post this so I make sure that we're not actually crazy.
I'm gonna.
The list is Alchemy Jug, Bag of Holding, Cap of Water Breathing, Cloak of Manta Ray, Goggles of Night, Lantern of Revealing, Rope of Climbing, Sending Stones, Wand of Magic Protection, and Wand of Secrets on the one that Nomad is using.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
It goes replicable items and then 12th level. There is no 6th level.
Oh, there is no 6th level? What?
There used to
on
not.
This one, it goes just any level, 12th, and then 16th.
Okay, we might... I don't know, we might tweak that. Or not tweak it, but I might force you to use the updated one.
The only problem is that the Archivist doesn't exist in the new one.
It doesn't, but
Yeah.
Replicate Magic is relatively unchanged from version to version, aside from that change.
Except this one.
And there is precedent on the wiki. It does say that if there are multiple versions of a thing, we will usually use the most recent one. Or the officially published one. Plus, it would be kind of unfair to Gale, the full Artificer, to not be as good as the multi-class Artificer.
Yeah, but he actually is better. he has it. He has this, and I have it too. We've already discussed that I'm using the old one, and you said, yes, you can use the old features. You can't fuck me on this after we've already agreed.
I agreed that you could use the old archetype, but the feature has been updated. The replicate item has been updated. And, as laid out...
I mean, that's a part of the archetype.
I'm going to make a ruling, and we can discuss it between sessions, but for the time being, we're going to use the most recent, the most, up-to-date one.
Ugh, boo. Now I have to rechange it.
Yeah, we can talk about it between sessions, but that is the rule that has been set out in the wiki. Anyway, so both of you, or all of you, would know that there is going to be an extended amount of swimming, and if there are other preparations that you want to do, now's the time to do them. I know that you have been working on some air bladders. I don't know how many of those you've got made at this point.
Could I put little leather paddles in between my bird toes so I have duck feet?
You could try to make some flippers if you want.
I think I had enough bladders for everybody to have one.
Okay, and those ranged from 45 minutes to an hour. And then I know, Nordo volunteered to take a smaller one because he can hold his breath. I know Nomad can hold his breath for longer.
Does
Nomad can water breathe, I thought.
That druids can cast water breathing?
Give me an Arcana check. Probably. Maybe.
Would the ranger know, since since rangers are half druids?
You could also give me an Arcana check, and it'd probably be easier for you because you have the same kind of magic. Moat, you would know that water-breathing magic is definitely a thing. You might not know exactly who can do it. Ace, you would be certain that druids could do it.
Hey,
Wizards can learn it.
Hell yeah, they can. Wizards can learn everything. Mostly.
Hey,
I am gonna need that scroll.
Hey, Mr.
Kodio.
Archdruid.
Yeah, Kodio.
Mr. Arcodio. Do you think you could do us a favor? I don't know if you have it prepared or not, but do you think you could give us the ability to breathe water? I know that druids can do that kind of thing. And the Underdark has a lot of water.
I could do that. I heard what the meeting was about, and I thought that might be the case. It will only last for the day. I don't know how long you're going to be down there.
Water breathing ritual.
It is.
It is a ritual.
It's a super long duration too, 24 hours.
24 hours,
Yeah,
up to 10
it's-
living creatures.
It's better
It's
than we had
weirdly-
before.
Yeah, it's weirdly not listed in the built-in thinger.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come,
It's listed in 5e tools.
come, gather round. I'll see what I can do before I see you off.
Thank you. You are very generous.
And he proceeds to do a ritual. He pulls out a bowl, fills it with water, places a very large rock in the center of it, which starts to float about halfway through the ritual, despite looking like a regular old rock. He extends these long filaments from the rock, places one at each of your mouths, tells you to bite down, and as you do, the straw kind of dissolves into powder, and you get this weird kind of tingling sensation in your nostrils and under your tongue and the back of your throat. Yeah, let me go grab it. It's strange because it's literally the same link that I gave you. It's just we're seeing different versions of it.
It might be a filter thing.
Yeah. It's probably the
it's
filter.
a different artificer filter.
Yeah, which one is it?
The one from Eberron, Rising from the Last War, is the latest one.
There it is. Eberron, Rising from the Last War. I see it. There's no no, what the fuck? There's no. Here we go. 2nd level artificer, 6th level artificer. That's the.
Yeah. And again, I'll look it over between sessions, making a snap judgment for now, but we can talk it over after session.
Sure.
But yeah, he gets you set up with water breathing. He tells you it will last for exactly 24 hours. Have something, in place by tomorrow morning, about a little before high noon. And I figured this might be the case. Take these two, and he hands over a little leather pouch that contains 40 good berries for whoever wants them. They'll only last for today, but in case you run into anything peculiar.
Well, thank you. Let's see, there's 8 of us. We can probably split them with 5 each.
But
What are these?
You eat them, and they bring you health, and they make you full.
Oh my god, has Ace not done these before?
I haven't used good berries because I have other things to use them for.
That's fair, that's fair.
Like
Also, we
killing
had a
things.
rest.
Oh, thank god that was a test roll, Philo. Also, hi,
I
Philo.
hear. We had a rest.
Yes, you guys got a long rest.
Gotcha. Let me recover some stuff.
Also, Philo, don't forget that if you want, you can declare ahead of time that you want to roll 3 times and take the average. Rounded up.
I'm gonna do one more test roll.
I believe in the test roll.
Wasu, hi.
Ooh, okay. Alright, this one's for real.
I believe.
For all the marbles.
Alright.
Give me another 9.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Even better!
You got a long rest too, right?
You did. You guys got a long rest.
Also, hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
Good evening.
Alright. So, with that, he guides you back over to the sinkhole. He bids you farewell. Good luck. He tells you when you get back up, assuming that you come back up here, to just check into the cabin. Try to come quickly so that none of the other druids find people wandering around up here and, think you're criminals or thieves or whatever. But yeah, you guys are left to your own devices. And I should find this. Where is it? Here it is. After a little bit of additional navigation and backtracking, you are able to find this dead end that leads to a very large pit. You guys had done a little bit of testing and had found that it goes down for quite a while and then it kind of veers off to one side.
So, do we have a means of traversing this basically dead drop here?
We have rope. Went down like what, 40 feet or something?
Yeah, it goes down about 40 feet, and then it kind of cants off at a 45-degree angle, and then it goes down some more. It just kind of seems to be this tunnel. It gets wider as you go farther down, and it kind of twists at odd angles every now and then.
Hey, Vasa, do you think you can send Shu down to kind of see if there's a landing or something we could land down instead of just a sheer drop for like 500 feet?
I suppose. I'll do that.
Alright, you kind of slip into Shu for a moment, and for the first 120 feet or so, you're able to watch through Shu's eyes, and you can see in the dark, it's a little bit difficult, but Shu is able to kind of navigate down this this tunnel as it bends, and then it kind of opens up sideways for a little bit, and then there's a big seam that goes down another 60 or so feet. And that's about the point where your ability to see through Shu's eyes ends, and you can tell that there's still quite a way down to go. You can still communicate. It's up to you if you want to ever go check it out some more and report back, or if you want to kind of take this one step at a time.
I'll have him check a little deeper.
All right.
Another 50 feet, maybe.
Sure. You lose a connection for about a minute or two, but then it reconnects, and she reports that it's just, more tunnel the rest of the way down. It does seem to open up a lot wider after the next bend. He says there's a little cavern, there's a lot of rubble that is kind of just accumulated in what looks like an underground lake, but then he can see that there's another very big sinkhole that seems to open up into a pretty large expanse after that. And he actually says that in that large expanse he saw a little bit of light, just this kind of faint, dim green light. But he didn't want to check it out because it seemed very big and very open and very exposed.
Right. I will pass that on to the group.
So I know he isn't here, but does that sound like what Nordo saw?
That tracks. Nordo only saw the first little bit of it through Kakishi. I can't remember if it was Kakishi or Kakishi 2 at the time.
I think we just
It was
lowered a torch down.
Kikishi.
I didn't think we lowered. I don't think an animal went down there. I didn't think.
No, when we were at Grover, and he threw Kakishi.
Oh, that vision.
Yeah.
No, that does not track with what Nordo saw. Granted, Nordo's vision was entirely underwater, and Shu has not seen any, water yet. So far, this passage has been dry. Aside from a little underground lake.
I just thought he saw a light or something there too before the vision disconnected.
Yeah, Nordo definitely saw, 3 very distinct pinpricks of light, and then the middle one went out after, as he was losing his vision.
Into the abyss, then?
Yeah, let's go
The
ahead and
abyss.
tie a rope off.
All right.
I'm assuming this is the closest stalactite, unless
Yeah.
there's something closer.
Yeah, there are... you guys can set up pittons, whatever they are. I'll never know.
Do any of us have those?
That's a very good question. Does anyone here actually have any climbing equipment?
I have a burglar's pack. I
Uh,
forget what's in there.
I'm pretty sure that has at least rope and pittons, which is not great, but it's a start.
I am a god?
We have established that apparently Nomad can climb sheer vertical surfaces.
I have an explorer's pack.
That probably has rope and pittons in it. Okay.
I have some pittons too, actually. And
Explorer's pack is a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
We have hempen rope too, but I don't have any pittons. I have 1,000 ball bearings though.
I have a bunch of snake teeth.
I only have 250 ball bearings, but I have 200 feet of rope.
Ooh.
Only 250 ball bearings.
Gil, you did
Well,
say
I
you have pittons,
Lost most of them in the shrapnel blast.
right?
Shrapnel blast.
Okay, so for a lot of you, the climb down honestly is not that difficult. Most of you weigh fucking nothing, so pittons and rope are all it really takes. The heavy people in your group, Moat Elise, Nordo, Nomad.
There we go.
Nomad
I've
doesn't have any
decided.
bones.
Rope of climbing is my infusion.
Okay, perfect.
It's a tentacle though.
Doesn't that
course.
suctions to help us not fall?
It's got suction cups, so
Perfect.
Alright, awesome. So between your old-fashioned engineering and Nomad, who whips out this rope, which then begins to get squishy and covered with bizarre little teeth and suction cups, and it just kind of adheres itself to the first surface that it can find.
it loves you.
I'm-
Look at it.
I'm just gonna fly down.
I don't blame
But-
you.
I will stay like kind of close to everybody as they're climbing down on their ropes, just to like be able to react and catch them if they fall or anything.
Can you just rappel down?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just repelling. It's not terribly difficult. So anybody... I think all of the heavy people are also good at athletics. Is that accurate? Yes, that's accurate. Okay, it is no problem for you guys to climb down here with the help of a magical rope and an engineer who's very good at this sort of thing. It takes a lot of time.
Before I forget,
Yeah, what's up?
can I cast mage armor myself?
Absolutely, can do.
Can anyone else benefit from mage armor?
I get
Not
like
me.
one more. I get like one more point, but I think I'll be fine.
I was gonna say it's basically a +1 to rogues.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe
I'm
Flick.
I'm choosing to be seen by my friends right now.
All right.
By the way,
Okay.
Speaking of that, I am going to use my artificer infusion, or not the infusions, but the other magical tinkering, to create a couple of like small little lights that we can use to do light signals when we are underwater.
Perfect.
they start hisses at them.
I will keep most of them covered under a cloak, and we can pull them out as needed.
I think it's an important
And
party
different
dynamic that every party must have, where 2 or 3 of the party members want nothing but darkness all the time, and then they get really pissy when somebody introduces light. Very important.
Yeah.
It just puts me in mortal danger. It's no big deal.
I appreciate that this time Philo is playing a character without dark vision, so he has to do unto others what he had done to himself.
Probably afford dark vision goggles now.
Probably. I think I can't remember, you might
I think everyone who doesn't have dark vision has dark vision goggles. I thought. Is it not in your inventory?
I think it was just Nordo who bought some.
Mordo.
And his
Well-
are attunement.
Well,
Can
Nordo's
we upgrade those?
dead, so I think.
Either way, after about 3.5 hours of slow progress, you eventually go down this series of ever-widening tunnels and holes, and you can see that it is a combination of natural caverns and tunnels that have clearly recently undergone some sort of erosion. You see lots of signs of places where there have been explosions of stillstone. It's immediately obvious to Vasu and Gale. You can tell that there are cave-ins that have been caused from just chain reactions of veins of stillstone setting one another off. Yeah, Ace, what's up?
Every maybe 100 feet or so, I carve an arrow into the wall, pointing back the direction we came from.
Okay, good to know. There are definitely places where it branches off into weird angles, but for the most part, you're able to kind of find a path that goes consistently downward, and you leave a breadcrumb trail so that you can find your way back up. Until eventually you find a very large hole that looks down into a big open expanse. It is probably about maybe a 90-foot drop straight down. But you can see that there is a little bit of green light that's poking its way down. And let me see if I can get this all revealed before I pull you over. So you guys are looking down through a hole right about here. you're 80 feet up from that point. And as you look around, you can see about 80 feet below you, there are these large green kind of bioluminescent mushrooms that are casting some light. You can see that there are indications of cave-ins kind of farther over to the west. This entire thing is on a bit of a slope that kind of goes over in that direction. Yeah, that's what you see at first glance.
I'm going to make a check to see. I want to look around and see if I see anything moving or anything that looks like it could be dangerous.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Could I tell you an investigation?
You would get different information, but potentially.
Different how? Like you said, like clues versus like
Yeah,
noticing.
Perception is straight up, do I see or hear anything? Investigation is like, oh, that rock looks like it's been moved in a weird way, so maybe that's a sign that something has come through here lately.
I'll do the investigation then.
Okay.
Wow,
Help you. I shall help you.
you're gonna help me.
Roll it again.
There we
go.
Okay, so
Kind of see if anything's passed through here or if there's anything that like might be hiding. I guess.
yeah, as you're kind of taking a look through this environment, you notice that there are patches of these smaller red mushrooms that are not present in most of the cave, but there are a lot of them kind of over in this area around all of this rubble. And it strikes you as unusual that all of those red mushrooms are only growing right there, despite the fact that most of the other terrain is similar to it. And you think back to your time as a Gloomstalker and remember that these red mushrooms often grow and survive for a couple of weeks around the corpses of dead people. So you get the sense that there's probably been some recent death over in that area.
Is it specifically like people or just creatures?
Just creatures in general. They seem to thrive on corpses. It's almost like when there's a whale fall undersea. It just kind of creates this miniature little self-contained ecosystem that lasts for a few weeks. And the red mushrooms are a phase of it that usually happens about a week and a half into the deaths of a large creature.
Does that kind of tie into the cave-in from the earthquake?
It lines up kind of roughly, yeah. You would also, with your investigation, see very obvious signs directly below you of a stillstone chain reaction. You imagine that this very well could have been the initial point of the reaction, like where it all started.
Gotcha. I make like a water drip noise at Nomad to get his attention.
Sure, easy enough.
Look at that. I'm into Yes.
Warn people about those mushrooms over there. They usually appear when people die in the Underdark. I'm sure you probably know about that,
I
but
remember. They usually
looks
mean
like-
I can no longer eat the.
yes, and it looks like there was the cause of the chain reaction pretty much below us. I haven't really noticed anything else, but I mean that power level could or could not have clues.
I shall relay. And he looks toward where the party is in general and gives them a little telepathic message.
Sure, you kind of start relaying all of this. Let me double check the thing.
I'd like to say the tentacle of climbing just comes out from under his sleeve.
As you're kind of looking around and just surveying the scene, with your passive of 16, and actually Nomad 2 with your passive of 11, you would notice that there are occasional bits of movement over near that rubble pile as well. Things that have kind of just made their home under the rubble. It's hard to tell from here what exactly they are, but you sense movement just passively.
Movement, brother.
Yes. I wonder if they are intelligent.
Let's try to do this stealthily. I doubt. Actually, you know what? I spend a minute and I look for humanoids. And
Sure. You take a moment to focus, and you kind of place your hands on the earth. You feel for vibrations. You see what it will speak to you. You sense a group of about 18 humanoids, 4 miles to your east. And that is the only thing in range. They seem to be traveling northeast, kind of away from you.
are they like level with us or are they above us?
They're maybe a couple 100 feet below you.
Interesting. It's about 18 people below us, or a little bit below us to the, is it northeast?
Yep.
About like a mile or so, you said?
About 4 miles.
About 4 miles. Interesting. Well, we should get down there and look for clues, but we should all be wary.
Let us all join each other again.
Are we still on the rope or did we actually go down?
That's up to you, right? You're up there right now, but you can start your descent if you want. You mentioned doing so
Here.
stealthily. If you guys all want to try to kind of sneak down quietly, go and give me stealth checks.
Ha. My stealth is no good, so I'm going to
I
use a
can
bonus
I can make us more stealthy if you want.
Oh yes, that would be very good.
All right, everyone get near.
Excellent.
My like shadow kind of grows and like it kind of starts to cover everyone.
Yeah, it's funny too because after you cast this spell, when people kind of stick their faces out and are exposed to that dim green light, their faces kind of match that same green light, and it almost looks translucent. It kind of looks like everybody has just kind of turned into this ghostly visage of themselves. So that'll be a +10 on all the stealth checks. Let's see them.
And for this, I also turn invisible, like or whatever.
Sure. You would know that anything within maybe like 15 feet of those mushrooms is bright, and then there's another 15 feet of dim beyond that.
Gotcha. All right, then
But there
I'll
are,
have it up if I go into the darkness.
yeah, there are definitely patches of
29.
dark.
24.
Solid all around. 20 plus for everybody.
Not Gale.
Except Gale, because it's 17. Alright, let's see. Just the one so far. Alright, you guys go and place yourselves down kind of near that red circle.
Heroes of +14.
With the whatever it is.
Yeah, with
You said
patches.
inner or just
That's
inner
that.
or inner just near the red circle?
In or around it is fine. As soon as you step down here, Ace, and also probably Nordo and Yule would just passively start to notice that amongst some of these cave walls here are boulders that look just bizarrely smooth, and they have kind of this the sheen to them, like a bug's carapace. And you realize as you softly step down, kind of bathed in shadows and green light, that these strange boulders are in fact sleeping creatures. There's one near you that doesn't seem to have noticed you. A couple of you would recognize it almost immediately, Ace and Nomad especially, as a hook horror. They are carnivorous, they are territorial, they are very nasty and not to be trifled with. But it hasn't noticed you.
Have we fought one of these before?
I don't think this party has. Ace has probably seen one.
Nomad probably has fought one before.
Yeah.
What do I know about them?
Give me a nature check.
Science will. Second.
Ace, you would know that they are mean, nasty, territorial. They can see very well in the dark, and they can also sense tremors pretty well. well enough kind of through just scent and vibration to pinpoint things in pure darkness.
So I would know that like my melding into darkness thingy wouldn't necessarily work.
Yep, Gloomstalkers typically stay away because they can echolocate, and that can see through even what you normally do. You would know that they have these long hooked claws that they use to grab people from a long distance and pull them to themselves, and then they just kind of crack them open with these turtle-like beaks. Nomad would know all of that in the above. You would know that they're very good at climbing. They are much faster than you would expect based on their size, and the fact that they look a little bit like turtles. Yeah, that's
I
what you
mean,
know.
Nordo's deceptively fast.
Nordo is deceptively fast.
It's the fastest turtle I've ever seen. These are colloquially known as hookers, you see, because of their hands.
Should have seen that one coming.
What are these numbers, Sec?
I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably nothing.
Happens
Hookors.
Hookers. Yeah. Hookers.
We should. Looks like we have to go. How many do we see?
So from up here, I guess because you haven't been spotted yet, go ahead and give me a perception check. All right, you take a moment in perfect quiet before anybody can move, and you do your best to sort of survey the area. And as you kind of poke your head around the corner very carefully, you're able to spot several of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. All of which seem to be kind of dormant, sleeping. Haven't noticed you yet, haven't been woken up by anything. And also with the 20 in perception, you would definitely be able to tell that there are things under all of this rubble. Hard to tell what they are from here. But you can see that the boulders or the rocks kind of rise and fall like something is wriggling or breathing underneath it.
What are we gonna do, guys?
If we are to fight, we must strike now while we have the advantage. But if we are to sneak past, well,
I do not see sneaking past going as well as we think it would. One slip up and we're surrounded.
we are more at an advantage here. Perhaps we should perform what they call an alpha strike.
Might be wise.
Take out the closest one. Weaken the herd.
Alright, if the plan is to get the jump on them, then let's roll some initiative.
What is the collected term for hook horrors?
Hookers.
Hookers?
Definitely a murder.
Probably a murder.
A murder of, yeah. I feel like
As a Kenku, I both approve and am offended.
By what?
Murder.
Oh, right. Why don't we call him a gaggle of hook horrors?
Gaggle.
I like that better.
A bordello of
What about
horrors.
A Sunday brunch of hook horrors.
Ooh.
A cat house of hookers.
Hey.
Good too. Hey, I rolled real good.
An orgy of hook horror.
I think I actually rolled the worst.
How? Did you have advantage?
I do, but I also have bad luck.
Oh.
It's okay. You're still going before me.
That does make me feel better. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Do I still have rebound points?
They go away when you roll initiative.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's a very you gameplay mechanic.
Still trying it out. We'll see how it goes. All right.
I mean, I like it so far.
I've been happy with it so far.
I had to use it, so
I think I need to just take away the thing where you get the movement speed and just acknowledge that it's always going to be used for pseudo-legendary actions or bumping your initiative. But anyway, Ace does the countdown, and as the last finger falls, Gale is the first to react.
is this a surprise round?
They are all surprised.
Yay!
That means every hit's
Alright.
critical hit, right? That's how that works.
Only if you have the ambusher feat and are an assassin.
Is the ambusher feat a thing?
It is. But Gale.
I'm suddenly a lot better at everything that I do, so I'm gonna try doing what I do. I'm
Hell
gonna
yes.
shoot this stupid, odd-colored hook horror.
Alright. Shadows and light. Cover your path as you come over there. 26 and 23 both rocket into this thing.
29 and 23.
You're right, that is a crit. You are hidden from this thing, too. So, 33 total damage.
You are a god. Ooh, look at that!
You can climb. That's a bad spot to
A
be.
massive gunshot echoes through the caverns, and you can immediately hear, off in the distance, the sound of bats and other critters stirring, rocks falling. But also right next to you, you can hear lots of these boulders starting to turn and tumble as things move underneath it.
Feck, you magnificent genius. Were those floating damage numbers?
It might be damage feat numbers.
Oh,
Anything else, Gale? Or Toto?
Yeah, Toto's gonna run up and take a bite, I guess. He has hit points now. It's fine.
Fuck yes.
He's still not any better, but it's fine.
Poor Toto. Ooh.
Hey, he did a thing for once.
Yeah, Toto runs up to where this massive crack is formed along the beetle-like shell and just yanks and rips, and a huge chunk of flesh comes off with it. This thing lets out a horrible turtle-like wail. And that brings us to Nomad.
Can I use my last 5 feet of movement to climb up this penis?
Yeah, sure. You're 5
is
feet.
that the title for this episode?
It's Genus is on the ground and Keenus is on the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, oh man. We're going to Alpha Strike this guy here. Weapons, I'm gonna say piercing. 19, 23, and 27.
26, 23, 27.
Oh!
Actually, I don't think you're...
Yeah,
it's
I'm
fine,
not
I'll
hidden
wait.
anymore, I think.
I think you are, but I don't know if your weapons are. Either way, they all hit and none of them crit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. 877. Oh, look at these. They have a tiny little health.
Alright, chink, chink, chink. All three of them go straight in, like hitting metal. As they kind of peel away at this thing, there's just a little bit left.
Yeah, a little bit left. That's my turn.
It goes to Moat.
Cool. Can I stay in the same spot as one of Nomad's little daggers here, or
Yeah.
not?
No, you can't.
Don't take the piss.
Okay, cool. I will then run up to this space right here and attack this guy. If I can find it.
Woo! Okay. That is fucking plenty. Just run up to this thing and cleave down the rest of its back, and it falls. Barely manages to get a scream out before it is taken down.
Screek!
I believe... with my bonus action, I'll go ahead and cast Wrathful Smite.
Sounds
But that's
good.
it.
Alright. Let's see. Elise is going to take advantage of this. She'll tabaxi dash to get over to this next one.
Oh no.
lands for a tiny little hit, but then she will also summon a spiritual weapon so she can get some real damage going.
She's using my daggers.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ooh. All right. 14 for her, and that brings us to Ace.
Alrighty. Pull out my bow, and I have extra attack now, so I get 3 attacks this turn.
Oh man. And Elise is right there for that sneak. Oh well, you have advantage. Yeah.
That's the first one on that.
14. Oh, 13. It hits square on, but this thing turns, and it smacks right into a plate right on his forehead and can't pierce through. Bounces off. 24 does the trick, though. 19, holy fuck.
And then
The second arrow lands right where the first one did, but this time it cracks through.
I'm gonna move up here, and I'm gonna bonus action. Actually, can I use? Well, let's see. Can I use my bonus action to like make a perception check to see if I can see what's in this rubble from this distance? I can use my bonus action to make perception checks as an Inquisitor.
Oh, right. In that case, you sure can. Give me a perception check.
Inquisitor.
With a 19, they are making no effort to be hidden. You can see that coming out from under all these boulders it looks like 4 large creatures. Again, things that you'd be pretty familiar with, and given what you learned earlier, it's not surprising. They're pretty bloated, well-fed carrion crawlers.
Carrion crawlers. There's 4 of them over there. Gale.
Oh no, Gale.
It's okay, I'm on this penis, it'll be fine.
They're like, what, 5 feet up, and they're all 10 feet tall? You're
The
fine.
Hooers are no longer surprised. Lasso is up.
I thought this was a surprise round. I thought they were surprised for the whole round.
No, they're surprised until their initiative.
Oh.
I'm going to argue that my initiative should come before them because I doubt these fuckers have 20 decks.
I'll allow it, but also the dex thing is a house rule.
Listen, man, I just want a surprise round too.
Go for
He
it.
surprised them.
For the record, you're still hidden from them. Like, surprise doesn't give advantage or anything. It literally just means they don't get a turn.
I know. I just want to surprise them.
Okay.
You forgot about the 5th element. The element of surprise.
I get it.
Fly over.
This is all for a pun, isn't it?
It was. So that's a 23.
23 and 26 both land for 24 total.
How's he looking?
Barely up.
I'm gonna kick him with a bonus action. Actually, I'm going to call this a flurry. First kick will go at him.
That'll finish that one off.
All right, and then I'm going to turn on my heel and kick this one too. The gloomy hook horror.
Pow.
Kapow!
15 for 13 does land.
Yay! Stunning strike.
Shit.
Yeah! Fuck off! You thought they'd get a turn?
Ah, shit.
Yay! All right. And then I'm just gonna fly 10 feet up in the air because I don't want to be on the ground near all these wormy things.
Seems reasonable.
And that's my turn.
Okay, the crawlers are no longer surprised, and that brings us back to the top. It's Gale.
Oh,
Me.
sweet.
I need to get away from these
Did you skip
awful
Yule?
creatures.
Yule hasn't rolled initiative.
You gotta get high up on that penis, pal.
What an odd sentence to say in this fight.
It's not safe down at the base. You gotta wake up to the tip, too. Alright, I'm done. Sorry.
I approve.
You know what? It's my last turn went well, so I might as well continue doing that. So I'm just gonna shoot this thing in the face.
All right.
Except that I'm not gonna do that because it's right next to me.
Oh yeah, you got Nick.
Well,
You're like you're like 10 feet up or something.
5 feet.
only 5 feet.
Yeah, he's basically face to face with this thing because it's large.
Yeah.
I thought they were still under the rubble.
Fuck it. I'm good to hit now. I'm gonna shoot it.
I believe in you.
Both of those do land for 27 total.
You are a war god.
Gale whipping out the big guns now.
No Toto.
And Toto is gonna do a shove action.
Love it. Convert 18 or better. That'll do it. Is it going prone or back?
He is going to knock it back.
Sick. It goes kind of flying into this rubble, pushing it away from you, buying some space.
And he's gonna body block.
Excellent. That brings us to Nomad.
This is excellent. We're doing well, friends, so far. Yes, motivational speaker Nomad. The daggers are just gonna swish, 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 fly over this way. Try and hit the chubby crawler. Or oh no! 11.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I think they all missed.
Yeah, you send them all over, but it's right as Toto does his shove, and every single one of them goes wide.
Oh, whoops! I miscalculated. There. I still have an action. Where is my cleric? He's over. I will draw upon his righteousness and his fire, and try and shoot it with purple.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
21 does fly over. I assume that's to the one next to Toto.
Yeah.
Alright, 10 fire damage does land. You smell burning bug. Whatever that smells like.
Delicious.
Ugh. I don't know. Brings it to Moat.
It's like shrimp.
How far is this drop right here?
That is a 10-foot drop. With an
Well,
acrobatics.
that's not so bad.
Yeah, with DC 10 acrobatics, you can land without taking damage.
Alright, well, I'm real stupid. I would like to try and jump down on top of Linky Horror and then attack him.
I am into it. Bring it.
Go for the plunging attack.
That's the goal here. So
Never
maybe,
fails.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, no.
It's
I
so
forget.
very, very cool in your head, but as seems to be the running trend with some of Moat's
I
plans.
forget.
Yeah.
Who got inspiration?
Fuck. It was Gale, Yule, and you?
Yeah, and Yule and I already have it, so it goes to Nomad.
Yeah.
Sweet. I will use my godlike prowess to inspire them.
Oh, right.
He did give a motivational speech, so it really fitted.
Watch, it's not gonna work.
Alright, let me get another acrobatics check.
Let me just burn them.
Yeah. That tracks.
You hear the choir in the background, and this little bit of light, and nothing happened.
We
like to
know-
imagine-
We all know that mode is where you throw your inspiration away.
I like to imagine that Nomad inspiring someone like that is like giving them a little vision of them, of the thing happening, so that like first he sees himself roll a 4 and he's like, okay, so I won't do that, and then he gets excited and then he goes and does it and he fucks up people.
He overshoots a little.
Overshoot. Something.
Flat on his fucking face.
Yeah, a bit of the rock literally just kind of crumbles under his feet as he's pretending to spring up. And he lands prone, takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage. you can still make your attack. It doesn't go quite as cool as you thought it would, and it will be at disadvantage unless you have the movement to stand up.
Yeah,
he has.
I don't think I do actually.
Oh, no.
Let me check it.
Maybe just
Oh, wait.
your run away.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't have the movement to stand up.
Oh no. Wait. Can I see him when he plunged down?
You see him as he starts to drop. You don't see him at the bottom.
Okay. As he starts to drop, I will use my reaction to feather.
Okay,
It's okay. Your god has you.
sure. All right, as you
I
drop,
don't want these things with advantage.
Thanks, God.
there's an excessive amount of support from your carrying god, and you land gracefully, and are able to hack
Yes,
at this
God.
thing as you're falling.
Alright.
You grow just these wings made of tentacles.
Smite.
I will
Unfortunately,
use my reaction.
sick. That'll do it. And that was a good one to do it on because that is some crazy damage. This whirling dervish of fire comes down and just cleaves through a big chunk of this thing's cheek right as it turns.
And then he's got to do Wrathful as well.
Yeah, he did cast that.
That should be Wisdom, not Strength. It's my first day.
Is it 16 DC?
Yes.
Ah.
16.
Is that
What?
for half damage? Or is it still full damage?
Let me read.
I think it's still full damage. I'll go.
It's I think it's nothing if it saves.
Okay, save or suck. Alright. Anything else?
Yes, I will spend some sorcery points here, and then can I see?
Yeah.
Cool. I will spend some sorcery points and cast a spell on him.
Oh,
Ooh,
then
alright.
you won.
Oh my god, I feel bad. This thing has a -2 modifier.
How the fuck does
I
it
mean,
roll?
just really rude, but whatever.
The dice hate mode. I don't understand.
It's
My
okay.
God loves me, so we're fine.
So much disrespect.
I will put so much resources into keeping you afloat. Do not worry, my child.
As someone who has been here, this will only make it sweeter when something finally works.
I mean, for the record, most things work out for Moat, so we're fine.
That's fair.
Moat is the Waluigi of this campaign.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
You're definitely not wrong.
All right.
What was that? You broke up a lot. What did he say?
Moat's the Waluigi of this campaign.
Oh my god, what does that mean? Then
It means
who's,
whatever you want it to mean,
then
man.
who's Luigi? Is it the Pale Knight?
All right. At least see some free advantage is gonna take care of that. Come over here with this. 24 lands for that, and then her spiritual weapon will also take the advantage. Yeah, she's into it. 15 brings us to Ace.
Does stun give you advantage or no?
Sure does.
Well, looky here. Guess who's getting hit in the face? It's that guy.
Holy moly. 21 points of damage.
I'm assuming he's still up.
Yes.
Underdark.
Whoa!
Not very good damage on that crit, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's a shame, but 15 more points. As you just sink 2 of the easiest shots of your life into this thing. Both straight into the neck. Anything else?
I guess I'll use my bonus action to make a check against him. He needs to make an insight check against. Oh, yeah, he needs to make a. I'm making insight against his deception, and then I'll have like sneak attack on him regardless if the video was near him.
Alright. He seems to be moving very predictably so far. They're not known for their cunning. Yeah, you are able to get your sneak on him if you need.
And I guess I'm pretty far away from them. I'll just like shift into the shadows.
Cool. Sounds good. That brings it to these guys. One of them is stunned, 2 of them are dead, but there are 2 over here. They go to the closest thing that they can see.
Fun mode.
It'll be a fun time.
Godspeed. Here we go. Wait, is this right? Hang on, fuck. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, one on the left swings twice. 23 and 14.
23 hits.
And one on the right swings twice. Both miss. This thing is going to go 10, 15, 25 straight up, 30, and then it will continue dashing to get to here. But it does have to dash to do that. And that brings us to Vasu.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here. That's like 10. I'm going to drop down 10 feet to the ground again, doing a much safer and controlled plunging attack. 17 on the gloomy.
17 does hit Gloomy for 10.
He's dead.
Still up for now.
Should be dead. Be dead.
Oh no.
Is he dead?
He's not quite dead yet.
Son of a bitch. All right.
How is your new spear?
Oh yeah, shit. That's right. I don't even have to drop down to attack him from up here. So pretend I didn't do that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just your god giving you a reminder.
Thank you. So that's 2 one attacks. What time of it? What time of it is? What time of day is it?
It is dark cave o'clock.
It's still early. It's like morning, isn't it?
You guys woke up in the morning, had your meeting at like 8. He walked you over there at 9. You spent 2 hours climbing down. It's probably almost noon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to take out this gloomy one then. Just be a regular unarmed bonus action
All right.
kick. Acha!
16 lands, and that is enough to snap some vital organ. And
I'm still 10 feet up in the air. I kind of don't want to be right next to this, of course. I'm gonna put this penis between it and myself.
All right. You wrap yourself behind the penis.
How odd.
Oh,
I flank the penis.
You flank the penis. Okay. Well, these things, how do they work? Do they? Nope. Okay, they have regular sight too. So they will attack Toto, or at least the closest one will. So Chubby is going to try to grab Toto. 10.
10 misses.
And then, unable to kind of get a grip, he will just go for the bite on Toto. Missing again. This thing is going to come up towards Elise. This one will head over towards Vasu. And this one... Actually, the only thing... This one can see Moat, and it can see these weird sword things. That one will actually go for the swords. So this is on the leftmost sword. 14? I don't remember what their AC is.
Yeah, it's time to check. I know 13 hit.
Oh, well, if a 13 hits...
Oh my. Oh, wait, no. Oh, the swords. I thought you were talking about the crawler.
Yeah, the swords.
I think it's 15.
Okay. That sounds right. I think it's like 10 plus your int. And then it will have to move closer to bite. It will try to bite Toto. 11, I think, also misses.
Misses.
Okay, let's see. This is on Elise. 13 misses, and a bite moving closer. 27 does land. This thing wraps itself around Elise and sinks in for 8.
Oh no, that.
Then this one is going to have to get right under Vasu to reach, but it does reach up with 10 feet and tries to wrap a tentacle around his ankle. 26.
No, that misses.
Uh-huh. Give me a Constitution saving throw as you feel this tingling numbness.
I swear to fucking God.
It's always you in poison, isn't it?
It's always me and fucking paralyzed and...
Okay, this one
Fuck off with that.
Oh, you made it, okay. And unfortunately, this thing is not close enough to bite you. It will try to bite at the spiritual weapon, but it doesn't know that that doesn't work, which is a shame because it would have hit.
Real shame that he can't bite me.
Alright, that brings us to Gale.
Sick. Okay, well. I continue doing what I do. I feel pretty confident against these things with Toto, so I'm gonna actually shoot the one that's harassing Vasu, because God forbid he get poisoned again.
Thank you.
It's a fair call. Oh! Shit, those both hit for a 17 and an 11, total 28.
Our war god.
Right? Gale's tearing
Is it
shit
dead?
up. It is not dead, but you took a huge chunk out of it.
Mother... fuck. Do I have a bonus action spell that does damage? Doubtful.
Oh boy. Was there? There's Mind Thrust.
Oh, there was some arcane weapon. I don't know if you still have that. They got rid of it, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't do...
Yeah, I would add to the main one.
Yeah,
And-
but hey, that's a 2d6 extra.
Then there's stuff like Smites. I don't know if... Do Artificers get Smites? I don't think they do.
I do, because of
They do.
Battle
Oh, right, nice.
But
You did branding smite one.
because I thought that thing was going to be dead.
I mean, there is Toto. He counts. That's a bonus action.
Yeah, but he has to, like, run over there, and that's going to be real
Dangerous,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Vasu, you're on your own for the rest of these. Toto's just going to bite the chubby one.
Alright. 20 lands for 6. It's still up, but it is low. And that brings us to Nomad.
So, 3 of these daggers circle the chubby one, and they strike at it. If it dies before, well, the others have other attacks, they move on to the other one.
Sounds good.
So it's 15, 14, 22.
The first one is enough to do it, so the second
For
2 get redistributed.
6. Yeah, 6 and 8 here. And then
For
I'm gonna
14 on
just...
that one.
Excellent. I'm gonna move over here a little closer to the edge here.
Alright.
Just so I can see Moat and he's within sight. And I'm gonna try and like a pyroblast to the one he just attacked.
Oof.
It was this one, right?
Yes, that one looks injured.
Mr. Lanky over there.
Yep, that one's missing half of his cheek.
You stay away from my only cleric. Yeah.
16 does land, and you scorch the side of this thing. For 10, anything else?
No, that's it. Movement, action, bonus action.
Alright, brings us to Moat.
Alright. Are these two down here next to me technically within 5 feet of each other? Or not?
They're large, so yeah.
Alright, I will go ahead and bonus Wrathful again. And then I will attack. That's on Linky.
Linky lands for 15. It needs to make a wisdom save. It fails this time.
Haha!
There it is. Where is that at? Pew, 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 pew.
Takes an extra 6, and it is frightened of you.
And then Slim takes 10 fire damage.
Bounces over to 10.
You are doing most excellent.
Alright.
Thanks,
Keeping away
God.
at these things, and that one begins to retreat kind of into its shell and turns like it wants to run. Okay. Well, Elise, fuck. She's gonna disengage, actually. And she'll go 10, 20, 30 over to here. Brings us to Ace.
All right. I'm hidden from like everything right now. So I'm not within anything's range to actually see me.
Yeah,
no matter.
you're in darkness right now.
Cool. I guess I'll attack the crawler that attacked Elise.
$23 lands for 17. And another crit to follow up for another 17.
So good.
Right? Ace is in his home turf. Tearing shit up. Gale too, for that matter, actually. They're both killing it.
Our small friends are doing very well.
The small Underdark gang. Alright, anything else, Ace? Any movement? Bonus action?
I guess I'll just bonus. I don't know. Bonus action chill, I guess.
Sure. Bonus action chill. This hook horror. Right, they have reach. Yeah, this one is going to come over and try to snag Vasu out of the air. With a 20 and a 12. 20 might hit.
20 hits.
Alright, you feel a sharp pain in your ankle as he gets just the very tip. And then the two down on Moat. The first one has disadvantage because of fear. Does it explicitly have to run for you, or is it just frightened? It is.
It's just right.
Just frightened, okay. So these are disadvantage. 16 and 11.
Both miss.
And then the other one is regular. 24 and 14.
24 hits.
Alright, 6 piercing. And that brings us to Vasu.
I don't like this. Don't like this at all.
You got about 20 feet of clearance above you if you need, but yeah, they've kind of got you against a wall here.
First, I'm going to attack the crawler.
24 lands for 9, still up.
Another one. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Yeah, one of the tentacles starts to wrap itself around your weapon and almost threatens to pull it free. But you yank and manage to get it out just in time.
Okay. I'm going to. Which of them? The hook horror looks like it would have a longer reach, right?
The hook horror definitely has a long reach with all of its hook stuff. The crawler has tentacles, but its bite is short range.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action try to kick the hook horror then.
25
Kapow!
lands, yeah, big scorch.
Stunning strike.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Hooah! And then I disappear.
Yeah, this gout of fire, and its eyes just kind of roll back into its head.
Then I'm going to use one of the charges from my cloak to take my movement and just fly right on over here.
Alright, the opportunity attack has disadvantage. 14, I
Like
think misses.
yeah, that's a miss.
Alright.
Like hand heat, disappear. And that's my turn.
Alright. Let's see. Crawlers. One of them is going to come over this way. The other one has
Actually,
Yo, what's up?
sorry, real quick question. What's the height difference between like these two levels?
About 10 feet.
Okay,
So
that'd
you'd be 20 feet off, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This one has to dash to get... wait, does it? That would be 20... No, it can get over here just fine. Alright. Alright, Gale and Toto.
So I just learned about that thing. That's cool as fuck.
Wait, what? Oh, being able to, like, break it up like that? Super
Yeah.
handy. Alright, time for Gale and Toto to hold the line. Let's see, we're gonna go... so this is gonna be Gale, 14 and 10. Can't remember.
14 hits. Disadvantage because of Toto for 13,
Sick.
which still hits.
Alright, you don't feel much at first, but then you start to feel this poison seep in through the scales. Give me a con save. You're good, you fight it off. And that means that the bite misses with a 10, I think, hopefully.
Yes, I have 10 AC.
Woo!
So it hits?
No, I have more than 10 AC.
Okay, thank fuck.
12.
Hey!
Let's see. This one goes to Toto. 26 lands, but I'm pretty sure he's immune to poison. He's gotta be, right?
Resistant?
He is not immune to psychic, but immune to poison.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Weird. So he takes no damage from that whatsoever, but then it will follow up and try to bite. Oh, shit! Interesting. Interesting.
My son's fine.
How much health does Toto have? Like, max?
Oh, loads.
Okay.
47.
Alright, if he looks fine, then that will be a thing. So that lands for another 8. This thing has picked up on the fact that its poison's not doing anything. It is going to start by biting Toto. 22 for 6. But then it is going to wheel around and tentacle Gale. 22 for 5. Woo! Alright, just the poison damage, and that makes it your turn.
All right. Well, how are all these things looking?
The top two actually both look pretty darn hurt. The bottom one is injured, but still in good fighting shape. Down below, one of the horrors looks real fucked up. The other one's in good shape.
Well, all right. I guess I'll just shoot the uninjured one, or the least injured one.
Alright. Oh no!
Oh no.
The 16 does land, though, for 12 piercing.
And then Toto is going to take a bite at either clean or ugly, whichever one looks worse.
Clean looks a little bit worse. And you, just to be clear, you don't have crossbow expert, right?
I don't, but I have Toto next to me. So.
Right. Cancels out with pack tactics.
Yeah.
I was making sure that 10 wasn't actually a 14.
Yeah, crossbow expert is probably going to be my next pickup.
Fuck yes. 13 is enough to get through for 8 points. It's still holding on, but just barely. And that brings us to Nomad.
It's time to bring out our handy dandy reticle. Here you are, my friend. Woo, it's huge!
Is this shattered? What is this?
It's probably shatter, yeah. I'm just trying not to get, like, my swords in it. I mean, my knives.
Yeah, they're big enough that you can.
And Gale.
Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that.
And Gale. Yeah, there we go. Can that Miss Gale?
You would know that if you do that, you're going to hit some of the cave wall over there. But yes, that can be done.
Oh, that's true. I don't want to start a cave.
You're gonna hit the penis too.
Oh, better not
Shatter the penis.
The penis goes straight up. It's drawn like that because, you know, we're visual animals that have two eyes, but...
That's a party foul. So instead, I'm just gonna use the daggers to attack it.
Alright.
I don't want to cause a cave-in, especially now we know that this place is kind of, there's still stones everywhere.
Yeah. As an Underdark denizen, you would probably at least think twice. Woo, boy!
Woo.
8 damage on
First
the first
one
is plenty more than enough to finish that boy off.
And the second one goes, I think, to this one. That's a 22. The 9 misses anything, I think. So, the 22 for 7.
For 7 points on this one. Alright.
And then my action will be to fireball this feller again.
Alright, fire away.
Let's see. Fireball. Sorry, I meant pyrokinetic bolt.
27 for 19. This thing is
Almost
barely
max
standing.
damage.
Yeah, that's it's very close to dead. It reels back and stumbles over some of that difficult terrain behind it.
A reminder that Nibbler is on Moat's purse
Duly noted.
because I gave it to him last session.
Yeah, typically if you're not doing anything with your familiar in combat, I give them immunity to everything, plot armor. But as soon as they
It's
pop
currently,
out, yeah, as soon as they pop out and do something, they become a valid target.
yeah, they haven't done anything yet. It's just kind of chilling.
All right, brings us to Moat.
All right, I will attack Slim real quick.
Oh no!
Ooh, probably doesn't hit.
Unfortunately not, unless you have advantage somehow.
Not that I know of.
I am here.
Does that give me advantage?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Worst news I've ever heard.
I'm sorry.
I think that'll probably be it then.
All right.
We narrowed down these things I see at all.
Yeah, you guys have fought them long enough to kind of just feel it out. It's 15 for the hooks and 13 for the crawlers.
Oh,
Do you have any more of those channeled ability things?
perfect. Then I don't fully know how this works. Like meta or not meta. Like words. Anyways, I'm gonna use Flash of Genius on Moat.
Wait, you can use that on other people?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
What?
Range in that.
Shit.
Actually, wait. Before I commit to that, let me double check that I can use those as attack rolls.
Flash of Genius.
So good.
You are another creature you can see within 30 feet. Ability check or saving throw.
Shit.
Which honestly is better than attacks, but unfortunately no attacks.
Okay. Why'd you have to look it up?
I know.
I'm just too stupid for a flash of genius. It just doesn't.
That damage though. Alright. Elise, she's gonna have her... Oh, right, this thing is no longer stunned because Basu took his turn.
No, he's still stunned.
Is he? Is that a different one? Oh, right, it was the other one. Yeah, shit. Well, in that case, she'll smack it because advantage. Or did you just moat me? Were you lying to me? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Which one were you talking about? Paunchy?
Paunchy, yeah.
Yeah, Paunchy is still stunned.
Okay.
'Cause I stunned him and then flew over here, so he's stunned until the end of my next turn.
Gotcha, okay. You could lie to me and I won't know.
It was not a moat.
She is gonna go 10, 15, drop down, try an acrobatics check. And try to finish this frightened one off. No, fails miserably. She actually trips and does, she steps on the exact same spot that Moat does and nearly lands on her ass, but manages to catch it at the last second. But that brings us to Ace.
Decisions. Does Gale look comfortable where he's at?
Gale's on fire. He seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, then I'm gonna.
Last turn
go
was a
after-
little shaky, but he's doing alright.
Yeah, he's fine. I'll go after Paunchy over there.
$25 sinks in for 15. Ooh, that was too much.
Oops.
There we go.
26.
Yeah, back-to-back shots, just missiling out of the darkness.
That's all I got.
Alright. This one is a skirt. So these will be at disadvantage. First one on Elise, second one on Moat. Miss and 21 on Moat.
Yeah, it is.
This one is going to step up and do the same thing. First one on Elise. And
This
on...
one, well, when the something hits him, this is on Moat. It's not. Oh, whoops! Sorry, this is the wrong fucking thing. Here we go.
Gotcha. So,
7 HP.
so you only take 3 of that damage then, Moat.
Excellent. Thank you.
And then one more swing on Moat. 22 for 16.
Yes, that is.
Alright, brings it to Vasu. And now this one is unstunned. Or no, that's at the end of Vasu's turn. Christ.
Yes, I could go up there and continue to beat the out of it, but instead I'm gonna fly down and save Moat.
This one's almost dead.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, I'll fly over here first. I don't have advantage on it for any reason.
Negative.
Am I hidden?
Don't think so, no. So good, the fear is almost dead anyway.
Waha! That's on the lanky guy.
Oh, that is a good point. I do need to give this thing points. There we go. 20 hits, and that is enough to finish off Lanky.
Hooray! Alright,
As he shakes
turning
the
the next attack toward the slim one then. I'm going to have Shu fly out and give me advantage on this attack.
Alright.
Ooh, didn't need it.
Oh, sick. Nice. Crit for 13.
And then... it still looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, this one hasn't been hit too much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick it.
Alright. 22 lands for 11.
Okay. I'm gonna fly back up 15 feet in the air again.
15 feet in the air? Actually, that would still be in its reach because it's big. Unless you're trying to leave its reach.
Not really. It's,
Alright, crawlers, 2 left. They're just gonna go for Gale. Yeah, they'll start with poison on Gale, so... 23? Or 21 if he reacts. Or actually, if he uses a reaction, I can reroll the second attack.
I mean, I assume that he's just depends on the first one
Okay,
generally, so.
that's fair. Still
Unless they
good
plan
against
otherwise.
poison. Second one is a crit miss, and then they're both gonna close in. The first one is gonna bite Toto because it hasn't learned yet. 21 for 8 on Toto. The second one will bite Gale. Oh, crit! For
damage.
10. Terrible damage. Awful damage. And that brings us to you.
Cool. Well, that hurt. So I'm just gonna shoot the ugly one.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Oh no!
all the karma for those first 2 rounds. Alright, well,
Give another shot, right?
twirl the axe and I just try and smack him with the blunt end of.
Excellent. Hey,
Oh, there you go.
That'll do it. 14 leaves this thing standing, but not by much.
Fucking kidding me? Alright, Toto's gonna try and finish it off.
You can do it.
Get it, Toto.
Oh,
no!
Guys! Guys!
I'm coming. I'm gonna try.
All right. At the end of Gale's turn, Paunchy is going to burn his rebound points. Or sorry, yeah. What's up?
Hell no, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
I have movement.
All right.
You're
Run
gonna
for your
run.
life.
I have squat nimbleness.
Oh, that's true.
What's that do?
Just gives me 5 feet of extra movement in this case, but I'm gonna use it.
They will try to take opportunity attacks.
We'll be fine. No.
18 and 19.
Yep.
Granted, if the first one paralyzes you, the second one doesn't happen. Oh, it does.
And it's a crit?
No, it's not a crit. It's,
Oh, wait, yeah. It's, because the second one doesn't happen.
So that would happen when you are 10 feet away, so right here. It lashes out, and you can feel finally this paralyzing poison starting to sink in.
I'll allow it.
Alright. At the end of your turn, Paunchy is going to spend his rebound points. Bumping him to 22, which allows him to take his turn immediately. And he's going to run over to Gale. Or, not to Gale, to Toto.
Oh, you better not.
Does that spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity?
In some of my wildest and wettest dreams.
18, 14?
So 18 and 14 on Toto. For 18 if they both hit.
18 hits.
Alright, just 8 piercing. And that brings us to Nomad.
Okay. So, Ugly Crawler's looking bad?
Yeah, he's death's doorstep.
How does Paunchy look like?
Just bloodied.
Okay, so gonna go for Ugly, and then whichever of the ones here look weaker. For these 12, 27, 15.
12, unfortunately, swings a little high. The 27 will finish it, though.
Yeah. And the 15 on lower one.
15 does land for another 6 on Peculiar.
Then he's just gonna, like, kind of go over here, stride in the front. Oh, is there no space here? Oh, here it is. Kind of just put himself between Gale and the worm.
Alright, yeah, you can see it's
And
pretty
then,
easy to get his
yeah.
attention.
And as an action, he just puts a hand to the side of his head. And it just feels just a weird wriggling, little scuttling in his clothes.
Just a little nibble.
Alright, I
Just a
hate
little-
that.
Yeah, it's a little nibble. It scuttles, and then you get a heal.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Aw.
Let's see, you're getting...
It's pretty awful, to be honest.
Yo, I signed up for the wrong god.
Woo! Big heal. Alright, that brings us to Moat.
Okay, I am going to swing on Slim.
There we go. 21 sinks in, cleaves off one of this thing's arms.
I'll go ahead and dump a smite into it as well.
Basu gets something.
Oh, it's
He's not in
happening.
5 feet. He's not in 5 feet.
Do I have to be within 5 feet, or is it within my reach?
It is large, so it is within 5 feet of you.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah, it is.
Finally gonna see it work.
So Vasu can, I believe it's you use your reaction to ignite your body. Something like
Wait, to
that.
catch fire?
I meant my weapon, I think.
Okay, sick.
I mean, I could light my whole self on fire too. Where is that? I forget.
If you don't have it written down, let me jump over real quick. Use your reaction to ignite a weapon you're holding. It does fire damage equal to half your level to the next creature you hit. So 4 extra fire.
Sick. Yeah, light my spear on fire.
Alright. Anything else, Mo?
That is it.
Alright, that brings us to Elise. She will start by bringing the spiritual weapon over to continue on Panchi. That is a miss. And then she will use her main action to try to finish off Slim. Misses, and that makes it Ace's turn.
Alrighty. Am I still hidden from Panchi?
Yeah, you're in the dark, so you're invisible.
Yeah, I know he has blind sight, but I think I'm outside of his range.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll fire on him.
Jesus, Ace, calm the fuck down.
No, don't come down. Stay this way.
21 damage. It's still up, but you have made easy work of this thing. And I believe... Oh, no, it's still up.
So I took, what, 32 damage?
Yep. Alright, anything else?
That's my turn.
Just one by one, whittling these things down. It does get one more turn. This is not Panchi, though, because he advanced his initiative. So this is just Slim. No, they're not that smart. This is going to be on... This will be on Moat. Oh, a miss. And a miss, I think.
Correct.
Alright, that brings it to Vasu.
Yeah, use your team thing.
I attack. I have Shu fly out to give me advantage.
Alright.
22 for 7,
22
and then
does land for 7.
how much fire? I forget.
It is 4, and that 4 is enough to finish the job. As and Vasu simultaneously swing into this thing, you see these orange veins kind of begin to crackle under its skin, and then it erupts. The blood kind of ignited and kind of shedding this faint orange light. And also, all of you feel a wave of heat coming from this crevice. This little canyon over here. Just very brief, but noticeable.
How alarming.
Oh no! Is it the Phoenix?
Is it happening right now?
Anything else, Vasu?
Yeah, I'm going to fly up here. Help beat up these worms. I can't see their names and all that jumble, so this...
Yeah, it's just
Peculiar.
peculiar.
Oh, okay. 3 worms there still.
It's a clusterfuck up there.
It's just one worm, isn't it?
Boy!
That would be 0 more now.
Still have your bonus thing if you can reach the other one.
I probably can.
I don't know if you can with all that fly speed.
Mr. Monk fly speed.
All you gotta
Oh
do
yeah,
is...
I totally can.
Alright, you make it over. All you gotta do is hit it. This thing is on death's doorstep.
I fly over and I do a falcon kick.
That will do
Ah
it.
yeah!
Alright, in just a streak, a blur of fire, you guys make quick work of the last of these things. You can hear in the distance something skittering away, something skittering closer to Watt. But after a few more seconds, everything kind of goes quiet again.
I become visible again, right next to Vasu.
Ah, shit! Don't fucking sneak up on me like that. I almost kicked your head clean off.
Yeah, Nah, you wouldn't do that.
I mean, not intentionally, but
Yeah.
no, don't sneak up on me. I'm like a horse.
Do you even have a
Just
dark
sneak
vision?
up behind me and just
I
get a
thought
kick.
you were like a bird, and it's fine.
Like a lot of animals, pal.
Well, I kind of want to look in here. Something died here. Maybe
Can I-
it's a. Go ahead.
I kind of want in here too.
Can I attempt to climb this or just get back up to Gale at some point?
Yeah, give me athletics.
Can you also just,
Nomad
like, walk up this
tosses
rubble,
you the
too?
rope.
Yeah, 12 is enough to make your way up. It's kind of a gentle incline. You pull
Okay.
yourself up, and you can see that Elise is also kind of looking Gale over. Gale has kind of just stopped in his tracks. His body is stiff. He can barely move in brief little
Yeah,
twitches.
I
Just
reach
make him
down,
eat berries. Make him
my
eat
hands
something.
start glowing a little bit, and I will dump 5 points of lay on hands into him and end that poison.
That will do it.
We also could use some of these berries so we can save our magic, guys.
He's alive.
Yeah, I
Anyways.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think the berries can remove poison.
Yeah, he wouldn't be poisoned for very long, though.
Be very good berries.
I'm going to
Hey,
search
pretty
this
good.
rubble and see if I can find any humanoids that were killed in this rubble.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Ace with that. I will like very very carefully start mulling earth to just kind of sweep the loose dirt and earth around.
All right.
Try to roll with advantage, or you're making a separate roll.
I think I don't need to. It's just a spell.
I meant you said you're helping me.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the,
if you want to.
with the spell, you can give me investigation with advantage, Ace.
Hell yeah.
No matter what you roll.
I'll do.
That was
I'll do a
okay.
separate investigation.
Okay.
Hmm.
With all of you guys working together, you kind of take some time to clear a little bit of this rubble and try to find what these crawlers were feasting on. And by the time you get down there, you can see that most of what's left is just bones. But you do see a small collection of pretty small-sized bones, probably either maybe Dwergar or gnomes or kobolds, something about that size, possibly Kuatoa. It's a little bit hard to tell exactly how many there were, and also
Is
exactly
it
what
as a
they were.
ranger whose specialty is humanoids?
As an Underdark Ranger whose specialty is humanoids, you're able to eventually identify them as kobold when you find a jawbone that is still in pretty good shape. With that said, it looks like most of their, like, everything that wasn't hard has been eaten. You do find that there are a couple of mining picks that are just kind of damaged and chewed on, but eventually spit out. You do find a bucket, some basic mining supplies. But it just looks like a small group, probably somewhere between 5 to 8 kobolds that have been mostly eaten.
Does it look? How old does the corpses look? And do they look like they were just like nomadic kobolds? They don't look like they were like organized by like this cult we're looking for.
Oh,
I guess. Do they
boy.
look more organized, or do they look more like just, for lack of better words, just like dumb kobolds just going through the caves?
With the 17, there's nothing that really survived that would give any sort of indication about like what clan they're from or if they were well organized. Their mining equipment is standard. It's not particularly nice or particularly shitty. Yeah, it's really kind of hard to tell from what's available to you.
Do I see any like kobold tracks in the area?
Give me survival. You take a moment to kind of survey the area. You try to just differentiate between everything that you guys just added to all of the tracks here, and the stuff that is a little bit older. And after taking probably a good 10 to 15 minutes to sort of reconstruct everything, you get the sense that they were mining in and around this area. You find a couple of other places where they had successfully mined small bits of iron ore, a little bit of bauxite. You do find a small silver vein. But then you find this very large area where they had clearly attempted to mine stillstone unsuccessfully, caused a very large explosion. You get the sense they probably died from the explosion and were just kind of buried in all of this rubble that slowly settled over in this direction, and then were eaten by the carrion crawlers.
I'm assuming they came from like this way direction.
It does seem like that, and actually with a 19 on survival, You would be able to tell that they came from this direction, but their footprints are unbroken across this chasm. In other words, it looks like they just walked seamlessly from one side to the other.
Interesting. I'm gonna. I'm gonna take out. I don't think I have any short swords. A stick or something, and see if I can like poke it and see if there's actually something solid there.
Sure. Kind of suspecting an illusion, you swing a stick or a sword or something, and it doesn't bump into anything.
Does it look like this chasm like split open because of the explosion? Like, does it look like it matches up roughly?
You would be... oh boy, give me a... Fuck, you've already done checks. Maybe it seems like a much bigger deal than that explosion was. Like, that if the explosion caused this, it seems like there would be a lot more damage over by the site of the explosion, and there is not.
Gotcha. But
Yeah.
You said there was like a lava, or you said there was some noise or heat that they felt.
Yeah, and as you kind of look down there, you can all see that there is this little vein of bright reddish orange that kind of seems to shine up to greet you from maybe 150, 200 feet down below. Just this thin channel of slow-flowing magma. Yeah, what's up, Nomad?
So yeah, Nomad just feels around for one of these mining equipment, like maybe a pick,
Sure.
and the finds one that's intact, dusts it off, and then in the rubble here, he holds either end of the pick, the metal bits,
Right.
and he kind of twists the handle down so it's kind of standing.
Sure.
Then he rips out, with the mind flayer clothes he got from the 2 mind flayers. He rips off just a little bit of fabric, and he ties it on the metal bit, kind of like a little flag or something.
Yeah, kind of a bit of an effigy.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do. The pick that is most intact, you can tell that the poison has done a little bit of rotting to the wood, but they've kind of spat it back out when they realized there was nothing good in it. And it is definitely in shape enough to make just a very simple kind of marker to kind of designate this spot as a burial place. A haphazard
Such
one.
fragile creatures.
Should we explore a little bit more? We still have our cloaking for a good maybe 45 minutes.
We should continue, I suppose.
It looks like they came up from over there, but looks like the passage bends this way. Maybe we can find any more clues, I guess.
What do you see here, Mode?
Do I see anything that other people aren't seeing?
I mean... not currently. I mean, you look down and see exactly what they see. You see some lava that is kind of,
Which the
trickling through the
druids kind of
canyon.
mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy other than like this weird crack in the earth and all the lava at the bottom of it. Definitely felt a weird wave of heat coming out of it, but other than that,
As he mentions that weird wave of heat, and as you head over to the east ace, you are greeted by a weird wave of heat and a little bit of light, because as you come closer to that corner, you can feel just radiating off of the rock heat from a slow trickle that kind of rides over the chasm and drips down to join this vein hundreds of feet down below.
Oh shit!
You can
Looks
see-
like there's
You can see that there
Lava?
is
Magma?
stone that has kind of sloughed and hardened on the way down to this thing.
We should be careful not to damage any stone around us. Looks like there might be packets of lava. Magma? They're magma while they're still in stone? Regardless.
Yeah.
Do I see anything down this way?
Yes, I am doing a quick reveal.
the druid said that this magma slash lava slash whatever was like not normal, right? Like this is very clearly not natural.
It seems very shallow to be natural. I mean, give me a nature check.
Do I have to?
I believe in you. It's time to put all of that childhood volcano knowledge to use.
Here we go. The floor is hot lava. Yep, the floor is hot lava.
Even with that, yeah, I guess Moat might not really know for sure. It does seem a little strange for magma to be this close to the surface.
Can I make a check? I'm not sure if I've run into much magma or lava in the Underdark.
Yeah, you probably would. Give me a nature check. I mean, maybe not all the time, but you would have some knowledge of it. Yeah,
There you go.
you would definitely know that it's rare for it to be seen this near the surface, flowing downwards. Typically, when magma is found this close to the surface, it's because it's being pressed up through a volcano. This feels very unnatural to you, and it feels especially unnatural just looking at the way it's coming out of this wall. Like, there's nowhere for this magma to have come from. Like, if you go around to the back side of this wall, it feels kind of like just cool stone, but then as soon as you turn this corner, it's just like a fucking magma flow. And that feels very unnatural to you. That is not how magma is formed. Magma typically comes from pressure. So it's very strange to you.
Are there any like still stones over here? Maybe they're like pouring out of a still stone or something?
Give me perception or investigation. Either one would work here. You take a look over and you don't see any. You do see like just little pockets here. Like there's a tiny little pink vein over here. There's a tiny little brown vein over here. But you don't see any orange. You certainly don't see any next to the lava.
Well, this doesn't seem normal in any sense. This lava isn't even really coming from anywhere. It doesn't look like.
Well, we just need to find its source block and put it into a bucket.
There you go.
Obviously, it's
well-
coming from somewhere. As a man of science, I would like to locate the source block.
Yeah, I tried seeing if there's any still stones, perhaps, maybe, but I couldn't really see any through the lava. The tracks of those kobolds go this way, but yeah, there might be something. Looks like there's more in this area too. I don't know if we want to try going either direction.
Someone give me the 30-second play-by-play of what I missed.
We fought some hookers and some worms, and everyone has my past without a trace, which is called, I think it's like Stay in My Shadow. I named it something different, but it lasts for like 45 more minutes. We just got down here, killed some stuff.
Okay. So it's just
Found some kobolds that were clearly dead here with mining equipment. They are more than likely the cause of the explosion. This does not look like it was caused by the explosion.
And Moat is my Jesus.
Of course. And this is all just right at the bottom of the sinkhole.
Yep.
Pretty much. It took us about 2 hours to get down here.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are pretty far down. Probably about maybe 600 or 700 feet total.
Yeah, and a bit below us and about 4 miles to the northeast, I sensed a group of like 18 humanoids. Which I guess would be this direction. But the kobolds came from this direction, so I guess we have 2 different places to explore.
Before we end up picking whichever path we decide to go down, can I pick a couple of these mushrooms and see if the like glow from them will kind of stay active for some amount of time?
Yeah,
Before
absolutely.
he touches them, are they poisonous?
Yeah, go ahead and you can actually both do this if you want. Give me a nature check or an alchemy kit check.
I am a professional. I don't even need to check if these are poisonous.
Can I sell you on like survival? Does it look poisonous and dangerous?
Yeah, you could try to get a gut read off of survival if you want. Okay, let's go in reverse order here. Ace. You've probably seen these things before. You don't know their official name. You don't know a whole lot about like how they show up or what makes them thrive. But they're very useful because they provide light, which is kind of a rare thing in the Underdark. Nordo, you would just posit as a gut feeling that something bioluminescent in a dark environment wants to be seen, which usually means if it's vegetation that it wants to be eaten. And typically things that want to be eaten don't develop poison because that is a deterrent. So you think they're probably safe. Gale, you would know that these are glow caps. They are totally safe to eat. They will continue to shed light for about 3 days after they've been plucked. Or you can potentially try to process them and make them last longer by keeping them in a very cold environment. And if you do that, then they'll retain their shine for about 2 weeks.
I'm gonna gather some up for food, put them in my cook's utensils bag.
I'm gonna gather some up and put them in the donut nut box.
Do I know anything useful about the red mushrooms?
Give me a nature check.
Wow.
Yeah, you know that they tend to show up near corpses that die in the Underdark, and they last for a few days. They have a very fast life cycle, but that's like all you know about them.
Are they a
Oh, you cut out.
good brain substitute?
Oh boy. You don't think so. But they add a little flavor.
And is this like a chasm that goes way, way, way down?
Yeah. That goes down about 200 feet, and you can see that there is just a vein of magma flowing from left to right in it.
And how far across? I guess I can just see
Yeah.
that it's 10 feet. Never mind.
Yep.
Looks like this is like the shortest area, and then this is the shortest area.
They're all short enough that I can just leap across flat foot, no problem. So I'm going to do that.
Easy enough.
What is it? Strength is it's like your strength score?
Yeah, with a running start, it's your strength score.
My strength's 5. Can I jump 5 feet?
You would need a check. You're going to land right at the edge.
I'll attempt to catch him.
Okay, that is also with a 10-foot running start, which you don't currently have.
Can
I
I,
can
pick
just-
him up and jump with him?
Yeah, he's like
Vasu also could just carry me across.
That is an option, guys. You don't have to risk your
Vasu, I
lives.
just I run up to Vasu and I like do the little kid up thing where I just put my arms up. Can you pick me up?
Oh yeah, sure. Come on, pal.
Yay!
Nomad does this really weird steps all the way over here with one leg, so he's kind of straddling the crevice. Then lifts the other leg all the way up, and then he's standing over here.
Excellent, excellent.
He does like this splits. Ooh, repairing Toto's important.
Oh, I thought you were trying to mend the hole. I'm like, that works too, I guess.
With a little bit of teamwork, you guys are able to get everybody over to the other side. What's up, Mo?
Alright, so this is just like the longest shot possible. But I would like to walk over to this lava, just kind of like take a look at it, and while I'm over there, I'm gonna pop a divine sense and just see what happens.
I'm sorry, say again.
I'm gonna try and pop a divine sense on this lava and make sure that it's not, not lava.
Okay, sure.
I just never use them, and I feel like I gotta use all of them.
Yeah,
Of course.
no. No, you don't get any unusual reads.
Okay.
Nordo walks up behind you while you're doing that, though. And just like, hey, Mo, seeing as you're the soul of the phoenix, the heart of the phoenix, or whatever, what if you just... Now, hear me out. I thought it was crazy the first time I heard it, too, but...
Jumped in it, because that's what I was thinking.
Well, I wasn't going to go quite that far, but just close your eyes and focus real hard on it and put your hand out, see if you can make it move.
Captain, I would really advise against you jumping into that lava.
That's fair.
Maybe just one
respect
step at a
your
time.
As our unappointed leader, I respect whatever decision you come to, but please do not jump into that lava.
Yeah, I'm not going down there if you do.
As much fun as it would be to jump into it, I guess I'll temper myself, act with some wisdom here.
All
I will,
must
like,
be balanced. I suggest you jump into it.
all right, that's done. I jump in.
No,
I'm kidding.
if God tells you to jump in.
When God is literally standing across from you and says jump in the lava, you jump
But
in the
here,
lava.
hold my rope tentacle first.
But I will like put my hand out over it, and I recently got the like control flames cantrip, so I'll just see if there's any kind of like weird
I was-
connection there
Sure.
on Nordo's suggestion and also God's suggestion.
Just
On the crevice lava or this lava over here?
Can I help?
This lava.
What was that, Vasu?
I was planning to do the same thing, so I was just wondering
I
if I could
learned
like
control
help, maybe.
flames from him, so I would assume he could help.
All right. You guys both go over to this lava flow,
You're
and
both the Firebirds.
you kind of, you put your hands out and you close your eyes and you begin to focus real hard. Vasu, give me a wisdom check, and Moat, give me a charisma check.
Sorry, you said charisma?
Yep. All right, you guys kind of try to exercise your cantrips a little bit. And, every once in a while, you're able to get like a tiny little mote of fire that leaps out from a fresh vein of this stuff that is poured off of the wall. And kind of bend it and shape it a little bit. And you're having a little bit of fun with it. It doesn't seem like you're making a tremendous amount of progress. But it's good times, and you can tell that your magic is working. Your cantrips are doing what you would expect for a cantrip. But as you are kind of starting to, get over it and move on to whatever you're about to do next, Vasu, you suddenly feel this sharp pain in the back of your neck. Your
Oh no.
your hand jerks back just out of pure instinct, and when it does, a massive, 5-foot block of this magma goes flying over to the east, kind of spatters against the wall, and begins to kind of cool right where it sticks against the wall and the floor over there.
Oh fuck! Did I do that?
I know I didn't do it.
Does my
He's
neck
so
still hurt?
weird.
It's gone as quickly as it came. It was just this momentary impulse, like something came over you. It
Do
doesn't,
it again.
Ace,
it doesn't
are
feel
you-
entirely it feels a little bit like when you cast a spell, but stronger than anything you've ever felt.
Ace, I'm very disoriented. Is that direction also east, above ground?
Yes.
Yeah, Ace is an expert and a ranger and an Underdark expert. He would know that this is actually east.
Yeah, and the
Interesting.
group that I felt was general this direction. So, I mean, I don't know if that means anything.
I mean, grasping at straws here, but that's where Firebird's Roost is. It's just a unique coincidence.
Do you think all this magma and lava is trying to reach Firebird's root?
I mean, if it's out of balance and it needs to somehow balance itself by gaining more fire, I guess it could make sense.
I mean, it could be nothing. I'm just kind of working.
Could
with
be
what I
nothing,
have.
could be something. It's, yeah.
That or this
So
cantrip
that being
dope as
said,
fuck.
that being said, I mean, if we're trying to get to Air Cage would probably be, I guess, northwest from here, if I'm correct.
And you said there are kobold tracks, so they're going this way. Or left?
No, I'm lying. It should be actually no. It should be northeast. I'm sorry, I looked at the map wrong.
But there were kobold
So-
tracks over here.
Yes, the kobolds that we found dead probably came from there.
Wait, they're dead kobolds.
In that pile over there, they were probably the cause of the Stillstone explosion. But their tracks do lead this way. It looks like their tracks look interrupted. I'm assuming that this opening happened after that, but I don't know if it was necessarily caused by the stillstone explosion. I'm going to peek around this corner.
Sure, you take a little over that way, and it looks like the cavern just kind of continues for a bit, kind of winds around a corner, and then continues on into another cavern.
Yeah. I feel like that might be more of a dead end than anything.
Mo, what's up? Or is that old?
That's old.
I say that we head northeast. There's that group I felt, and that's should be the direction of air cage. Actually, can I see the world map real quick, just to make sure?
Marvel awaits us.
I think air cage is west, isn't it? Isn't it like under Deltana, we thought?
So if you pull up the map that I pull up I pull up my recreation of the map of the Underdark map. This little X here is Deltana, and we came in through Caldus. So I guess it would be kind of.
So is the X on that map air cage?
You see the little. Well, I guess I don't know what you're looking at. It should be like
on the dark
it should be a
flying
little
monkeys map.
Yeah, not the X, but you see that there's like a little air pocket right there, with like a little like to the northeast of that, where the arrow is pointing.
Oh, where the arrow was pointing, that's air cage.
That's
okay. So yeah, it's like
and,
north of Caldus.
Yeah, so it's like northeast ish.
Yeah.
Or
Northwest.
would it be northwest? It should be north. It should be like it's mostly north.
It's more north than anything, right? So really, either one of these ways could work.
Yeah, yeah. But this is a map of the Underdark, so we probably came in. I don't know, closer to. It's really hard to say.
Well, I'll follow your lead. The Loke, this is your stomping ground.
I think we should probably follow the kobold tracks.
That's what I'd be inclined to say as well. It seems like they'd be coming from wherever they come from.
True. The only thing I do know is I'm gonna ping for humanoids again and see if I can still sense that group.
Sure. A minute later, you kind of reconnect, try to figure out what has changed since the last time you did it. And you can sense that they are about right at the cusp, almost 5 miles away. They've just been continuing north on their way. It looks like they're getting close to leaving your range.
Do they seem like they shifted more north than northeast? Like, do they seem like they are heading north? Because I think I did this ping. I think before we actually dropped down, like right before we dropped down for this battle.
Yeah,
so like,
it's been a couple hours comparison.
It's only been like 30 minutes, I think, since I did that.
They seem to be a little bit east and mostly north from where you last pinged them.
I don't know a whole lot about the Underdark. Could that just be some sort of, I don't know, hunting party or something?
Well, looking at this map, it looks like, if you look at the map, it looks like the lower left section might be where we came in. So we'd have to go more north before we can go east, or before we can go west. I don't know if that really... The Underdark's kind of hard to traverse, so...
I think we should follow the western path.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go that way then.
If
I keep
nothing
marking.
else-
I also keep marking stuff on the walls.
Sure.
To mark.
If nothing else, the kobolds came from somewhere.
Do I see any wildlife of any kind down here?
Yeah, without even a check required, you can tell that there are small bugs mostly. A lot of the things that are down here are bugs. There's a little bit of mammalian life. There are some bats that are kind of clustered over to the west. A lot of things have either gone into hiding or ran away because of the sounds of combat earlier. But yeah, there's still a few things here and there.
Y'all want me to take a moment and just ask the locals which way all the kobolds live?
Tracks are this way. Were there any tracks over here?
Give me a survival check.
I'm just gonna start casting it.
Sure, as well.
The only reason why I disagree, Nordo, is that I only have the spell up for another maybe 20, 30 minutes. Keeps us hidden.
This channel has a lot of foot traffic coming through it, but it seems to be mostly animals. You do see a couple of boot tracks that are very, very old, and you're only able to see them in like just a little patch where the where it's kind of very heavily mudded over on this side a little bit. But they seem to be at least several months old. The rest is all wildlife tracks. Nordo, after a little bit more ritual casting, you are able to speak with animals. You're not greeted by any noises immediately. You can hear distant, hushed whispers of things sort of telling each other to stay quiet, keep their head down.
Okay. And if Ace was in a hurry to keep moving before his spell runs out, I presume I can ritually cast while walking.
If you have like somebody to
Or
help
not.
guide you, yeah. You're very concentrating on a spell while you're doing it, but as long as you have somebody that's kind of, giving you a guiding hand, and as long as you're okay with making noise the whole time, because it is a verbal component.
Yeah,
I put
he's
a
chanting
tentacle.
Orcish.
I put a tentacle around this way. There we go. It's like a leash.
I put one hand on Nomad's tentacle, and the other one is on my tobacco pipe while I'm chanting and smoking and making the shapes of animals with smoke all around me for 10 minutes while we follow Ace.
I don't know if you know this. He has a what do you call that? The rope of climb now, but it's a tentacle.
Good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of like cool because you can make it move 10 feet per round. It's like, wrap around that, touch that.
As you guys start to depart, and as Nordo continues casting, Vasu and Moat, you do, as you kind of leave, feel colder than you would expect as you kind of walk away from this scene. But everything goes uneventfully for long enough for the spell to go off and for you guys to continue making your way through the caverns. Once you get farther out, Nordo, you do find that the wildlife is a lot more dense. You can see that a lot of things that retreated from this cavern have kind of relocated to the next cavern that you reach after about 10 minutes. And there they seem to be kind of waiting expectantly. A lot of them immediately scutter away as soon as you guys emerge. But a few stick around to see what's up.
I'll just start chittering at them in bat and just say, hey, we're looking for a bunch of other critters that look like him. And I point over at Gale. You know which way we'd find them? A whole city's worth of them.
Whole city? Oh, whole city? City sounds like a lot. We don't see a lot. We saw a few. They went that way, and then there's a big noise. Just a few.
But they came from the other way then.
They came from that way. And they kind of motion with one of their wings to the north. And you do see that there's a passage that kind of goes off in that direction.
Well, much obliged. Anything big and scary and dangerous around here we should be aware of?
Yeah, everything.
I suppose that should have been obvious, shouldn't it? Well, thank you for your help.
Good luck on the ground.
Can I... Good luck on the ground, is that what he said to me?
Uh-huh.
Is that a loaded comment? Is he recommending we stay off the ground?
I think he's a bat. He can fly and you can't.
Well, right, but is he specifically saying the ground is dangerous for some reason?
It's certainly... yeah, probably. Maybe. It certainly seems to enjoy its vantage point from up high, at least.
Got it.
Start flying.
Right, I'll pass that knowledge on to everybody else.
All right.
Point towards the tunnel where they said the kobolds came from.
You continue to sort of prod the nearby wildlife for more hints about things that have passed through. As the passageway gets narrower, the wildlife gets more and more sparse and less willing to talk to you. Most of it flees immediately, or it gets aggressive with you Fortunately, nothing large enough to pose like a significant threat bursts out. There's one point where a couple of very large moles get a little bit standoffish, and you have to kind of shoo them off or smack them in the face, one way or the other. But they're not big enough to cause any like serious damage to you. I guess after a certain point, you start to hit forks where you have to make decisions. You have your map, which helps a lot, but it is crude and very simple. You can tell almost immediately as you're wandering, this is not a very complex or thorough map of the area. It's more of just a general direction of where some of the major cave systems are going. So let me get a survival check from one or two of you as you try to kind of navigate and use the map to find out which way to go.
I'll do
Said
one,
survival?
Yeah,
just like
survival.
getting help from the animals and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the use of speak with animals, you can give advantage to one of the checks.
Cool. I'll roll one.
Cool.
So only 2 you say?
I know my background thing is kind of like for places I've been before, but does having this map help enough to give me advantage?
Kinda, sorta. With Ace's help, you would have advantage.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys.
What's your survival? A
6.
Okay, mine's a +7, so I'll roll with advantage.
Cool.
Hey, 226.
226 are good. You guys have pretty good luck on your first day of travel. There's one point where a path looks promising, but it ends up being a dead end, but you're able to recognize it before you get in too deep, kind of make your way back out, and then continue along the correct path. And after several hours of travel, probably about the time the sun is going back down, back on the surface, you reach a very large cavern where there is a pretty steep incline, and the cave just drops down into this perfectly still, clear, black water. And it seems like the entire path just kind of is flooded, and will be underwater for the next leg of the journey. At that point, you guys have been walking for about 7 or 8 hours. You're starting to get a little bit sleepy.
I'd like to quickly smell and maybe even just taste a little bit of the water to make sure it's like safe to touch / drink.
Sure. Give me a survival check.
While he's doing that, did we lose the lava at some point, I assume?
Yeah, there have been a couple other times throughout the journey where you'll just find a chasm or a crack or something that drops down for several hundred feet or just like 40 or 50 feet. And you'll see that there's just this vein of lava that's flowing from west to east. There are a couple of points. There's actually one point where there's another spout coming out of a wall, maybe 30 feet or 40 feet away from the main path that you're walking on.
How high is the ceiling in here?
It varies a lot, but in your current chasm, it's pretty tall, maybe 100 feet or so, 10-story building. It's very big.
Oh, hey, small thing, just because I was gone at the start of this. Did this episode begin with massive repercussions for Patch's actions, or does he mention what happened at all?
The Echo tried to, it got bored and antsy. It started playing with his candles, and then it started to go through his belongings and found a tinderbox. And at that point, he cast Shatter on it, and it dissipated.
Got it. Good to know.
With the 22 survival, the water tastes clean. It tastes salty, so probably not potable. But you could potentially boil it out. That is unusual for you, actually. You would know that a lot of cave water is fresh water because it's accumulated from rain. It would not be unusual for Nomad, and Ace would probably also be expecting that too. A lot of Underdark flooding is directly linked to seawater.
Gotcha.
Should we make camp here?
Seems good place as any.
Gordo, do you have any powdered corn?
Powdered corn. Like cornmeal?
Yeah.
Do I have cornmeal? I mean, I have many ingredients, but I don't know if I have cornmeal specifically.
If Nordo doesn't have everything he needs on hand to make cornbread at any given time,
Right.
I'm going to be.
It does seem like he would.
Right, it seems very up his alley. I would assume that you probably have some.
Excellent.
May I have some?
Box of chip right here.
You
May I
can
have
have.
some?
You can have
Just
a
a little.
little. I mean, I'd like to make some cornbread for dinner this evening, but I could spare a little bit. I only need a couple cups.
Is it Jif or Jiffy, the cornbread brand?
It's King Arthur.
What you need it for, little lord?
Just watch. And then he like gets the cornbread or gets the cornmeal, gets a little piece of paper, and twists it up, pulls out a piece of rope, drops it on the floor, and then he just like starts to kind of sing. This.
Oh shit! I triple stamp to double stamp.
And he does.
Sick.
And as he does that, he like sings like a snake charmer song.
This is
And this
such an underappreciated spell.
the rope starts to kind of like dance upwards all the way up to 60 feet, and you just see like a hole appear above it. This should keep us safe for the night. He just starts to climb up the rope.
Is this some sort of sorcery, magic trick or something?
Yeah, more, I guess, earthy magic, I guess. But after we pull the rope up, we are safe up there and nothing can get in there, but we can still see below us. And then after we're ready to go out, just drop the rope back down and climb back out.
Some of
Should
the
keep us
most
safe for the night.
complicated magic.
Oh, it's like-
Dimensional manipulation.
Oh, it's like some kind of safe space.
Yeah.
Notably, at the top of this thing, you can kind of decide what it looks like and how it feels. But the overall size of it is about the size of like a sauna. Because half of your party is tiny, there is enough room for all of you, but it is crowded.
It doesn't say enough room for 8 people.
Yeah, there are technically 10 of you, including Patches and Elise. 11 with Toto, and then some familiars. With that said, however, like half of this party is less than 4 feet tall. So it's cramped, but there is enough room for all of you. Sleeping would probably be a little bit uncomfortable unless everybody gets real cozy with each other real fast, and you might have to like leave some of your like heavy equipment outside.
Well, if we take turns taking watch, we could just swap in and out, so there's only ever 8 of us in there at a time.
It's true.
You do that.
I don't mind taking first watch, or if it's more convenient, I can just sleep out here anyway. I don't mind being by the water. It's kind of nice.
It's very
Yeah.
dangerous to go by the water in the Underdark, Nordo.
Is it? What could possibly be wrong? Just fish and stuff, right?
Do you remember
the
that one
Underdark.
time we were beneath a temple of Bast? We went into the Underdark and we saw this giant empty chasm that had glowing fish swimming around there. And we were like, oh, this is very spooky. We should go back.
I don't remember there being anything worse than that temple than just some pretty big enemy crabs. Sure,
I meant underneath of it. We got into a giant chasm and it was quite spooky. I'm just saying, next to water is very dangerous. You don't know what's in there, especially when it's so dark like this.
Well, I'll at least take the first watch. Make sure nothing spooks us for the first hour or two.
I will take the watch with you, perhaps.
I guess
think
I'll
that'd
take.
be swell. Maybe one
can
of
take
the
the second.
Underdark residents in each group.
Yeah.
What are these green numbers that keep popping up?
Your health.
Why have I never
Healing
seen
and
that before? Is that
damage.
new?
It is.
Really?
Also, when we attack enemies, it shows them taking damage.
No way.
And for us as well, whenever you move your health.
Like Final Fantasy style? I was so
Yeah.
excited. Why did I miss this?
Toto will be on all watches because he's the perfect evolution of humanity.
Ever present and omniscient,
Correct.
unable to be surprised.
The only actual god in this party.
It's me.
Correct.
Also, I wasn't sure if Nomad had Tiny Hut, but I really wanted to use this. And I had been holding onto that song the entire session to play.
So cute.
It was pretty cute.
All right. Double checking
Doesn't
the
have
thing.
On me and Nomad's first watch, I'm like, hey, friend Nomad, you think, well, I was thinking about doing a little fishing in this water. You think that's a good idea or bad, being a resident of these parts?
Oh, terrible, but go for it.
Well,
I'll watch your back.
If it's a terrible idea, I don't want to get us in trouble or nothing while everybody's sleeping. I just figured maybe catch us a little grub for the morning.
I do not like. Would I know if like anything in the water in the Underdark is edible for us?
Give me a nature check. Pretty easy for you.
Yeah. Some of the things you find in the Underdark include little fish that glow and mind flayers. Like, and let's see.
Do not eat the mind flayers, please.
It's nature, yeah.
Well, these glowy mushrooms are tasty enough, so glowy fish
7.
might be too.
Yeah. You would know that food needs to eat to survive. A lot of the like the bottom of the food chain down here is usually fungus and mold. But then the next things after that are insects and fish. There are definitely fish that are edible. Yeah, fish, like that's one of the primary food sources is fish.
Yeah, with a 7, I know life needs things to live. It's important. But yeah, so Nomad says there are edible fish here. How big do they get?
Boy, it depends on. So like each flooded portion of the Underdark typically has kind of a unique ecology. You're not familiar with the specific one, but usually you would be able to judge just based on the size of this lake. There's probably some deeper down that might get as big as sharks. The stuff closer to the surface probably kind of like anywhere from bluegill to bass.
I just described these to Nordo. As long as we do not go very deep, it should be fine. We stick to the edge, and we don't need to be on a boat in the center of the lake. So
No, I just meant
It
while
should
we're
be
sitting
cool.
here keeping watch anyway, just cast my line in there, see what comes up.
yeah, this should
Worst
be
case,
fine.
we can climb up the rope and hide.
The rope is currently inside of it. While it's
It's okay. I have a rope that climbs itself.
I mean,
Well,
we have to keep the rope down, otherwise the people downstairs can't swap.
Right, for swapping out watches.
we can't leave the rope down if that's better. But there's a giant hole, which gives us less space. Speaking of which, this spell lasts for 8 hours, but due to how the watches typically work, I'm assuming we have to rest for longer than 8 hours.
No, so technically to get your short rest, you only need 6 hours of sleep, and the remaining 2 hours need to be casual activity, with no longer than 10 minutes of like fighting or intense activity interrupting that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright, well, I'll get out. Or I'll just cast it into the water ahead of us while
Sure.
I'm keeping.
Yeah, go and give me a survival check. I don't think there's a specific proficiency for fishing, so
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch him fish.
sure.
Don't think I've ever gone fishing before, unless maybe Ace. Have you gone fishing with me?
Probably
I
if
was
we were
gonna say,
hungry enough.
Yeah, it's
But
probably pretty likely.
I know fishing very well.
Nordo, it's a little strange for you because, first of all, it's a lot easier to see movement under the water, assuming that you have your dark vision goggles on. The water down
Yes.
here is crystal clean. It is still. You can practically hear the fish swimming underwater once you get very attuned to it. The silence down here is deafening almost. But with that said, the wildlife is a lot more sparse, which kind of helps it stand out more. And eventually, you're able to kind of find a school that wanders by. And you're able to snag 2 pretty good-sized fish, probably enough to feed like 8 meals worth of fish.
Excellent.
And
If it makes any difference, I do, for at least a couple of the castings, use a little bit of the glowy mushroom as bait.
yeah, absolutely. And you can tell that definitely seems to attract a lot of the wildlife, or at least the fish.
Cool. Must
Uh,
be good eating for a nomad.
There is a lot of fish. What kind of fish is it, by the way? Do they have like crab claws?
No, this kind of looks a little bit like a catfish, but it's a little bit more flat. The whiskers go all the way past its dorsal fin.
Catfish cornbread, that's a favorite.
What is cornbread?
It's just what it sounds like. It's bread made out of corn. Best with a heaping pile of butter on top of it. Maybe a little apple butter if you're into that, but I know you're mostly into brains and such.
That's a weird way
I
to
was-
spell maple syrup and brown sugar.
can confirm. Nordo really likes apples, though.
That's fair. Ace.
And butter.
Ace, what's up? Or is that old?
That was my question. My question was about the 8 hours thing.
All right, cool. Double checking a thing. Vasu. And actually possibly Moat too. Yeah, Moat, what's up?
Sorry if this affects anything. So during my watch, how close is the last like lava flow that I've seen?
Probably about. Give me a luck check, actually. It is actually, you can kind of see some of the orange light. It's probably like a 5-minute walk.
Cool. So during my watch, I just look over who's with me. Ace. I look over to Ace, and I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna go check out that lava flow again real quick. Welcome to
That
come,
seems very unwise.
Eh.
Also, for the record, like Ace seems like really happy, and he seems like really at home here. Like, he just seems super comfortable in the Underdark. Like
Yeah,
almost
you're
like
in
he's
your
like,
element.
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good for it. We'll be fine.
Um,
It's a 5-minute walk.
we should have someone pull the rope up then.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm assuming we have someone pull the rope up so we can go. Oh, actually, Toto's keeping watch. We'll have Toto keep watch while we go wander off.
There you go.
Ever vigilant.
Then I anyway walk to the lava. Is it like, what is this particular? Is it just like a drop down to lava? Is it?
So 19. This is. It's actually a pillar almost that seems to just drip out of a big crack in the ceiling. That is directly above this chasm. You can see that there is kind of a long seam along the ceiling that matches the chasm underneath it. And it's just kind of this slow drip that makes like kind of a molten curtain about 4 feet from the edge of this chasm.
All right. I approach it and I just kind of I take my sword off and just kind of leave it behind me, walk a couple feet forward, and then I'll take my shield off and just set it right to my side. And I get down on my knees right in front of the lava, and I just kind of start. I go quiet for a second, like close my eyes and start muttering some things that Ace probably doesn't hear. But then I get more, I don't know, obvious about it, and you just hear Moat say, "Answer the call." And then there's a long pause, and then he looks up and he opens his eyes and he looks at the lava and he just says, "What is this, Adra? Why am I here? What do you need from me?" And that's it. He just kind of asks that and keeps observing the lava.
Sure. Give me a charisma check.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration if I can.
Sure, go for it.
There we go.
Ooh.
Huh. Okay.
Time to rewrite your story.
Apparently.
Vasu, when you wake in the morning, you will remember having a dream that you are in the Underdark in a cave and you're walking alongside Ace. You've left Toto behind, in spite of his pleas that there is danger and to please wait. You remember in your dream, Vasu, to kneel in front of this curtain of lava and to kind of wait and think, and slowly you stick a hand out and you can see that it's not yours. It's pale. There's no feathers. It's wreathed in iron. And as you extend your hand, and Moat, as you extend your hand, you see that the curtain kind of parts around it. It's 4 feet away, so you can just barely kind of reach out and touch where it would fall on your hand, but it seems to just kind of drift to either side of it. You kind of slowly move your hand left, and the curtain parts. Slowly move your hand right, the curtain parts. Who is sleeping? Gale is actually on the same watch as Vasu, so I assume they're probably sleeping kind of side by side. Gale, you might actually be woken up and see Vasu in his sleep, is kind of just fidgeting a lot. His hand keeps moving. It slaps you on the side of the face once.
I slap him back.
Hey.
And then go back to sleep.
Moat. There is a brief snap, kind of like a popping sensation at the base of your neck. And you feel this instinctive guidance that you need to pull your hand back. And you do. And as you do, you see that the curtain kind of falls again. And it would have engulfed your hand had you not pulled it back. But you have that experience, and Vasu, when you wake in the morning, you will have a very clear memory of experiencing that through Moat.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Fire Bros.
Are you guys the
That
same
was-
person?
It's starting to feel like it.
I'm gonna make an insight check. I'm not really sure what I'm going for, but like, does Moat seem to have just like what he's looking for? Does he have any idea what's going on?
I'll let him answer that one.
Oh boy, how do I feel about what just happened?
I have a theory. So, clerics of Nomad are so high up the divinity ladder that they get actual people as familiars. So Vastu is now your familiar.
There we go.
I don't like that.
I don't really know how else to say it, so I guess I'll just say it this way. Moat looks like he still doesn't have any idea what is going on, but he looks way more confident that he's doing the right thing.
That was,
So normal mode.
So normal Moat. He looks extra Moaty right now. He looks like he got no answer at all, but for some reason he took no answer as an answer.
Peak mode.
And to be clear, the curtain part, like, it was very distinctly unnatural. Like there was clearly some sort of magic going on.
It seems like she approves of what you're doing.
Certainly seemed that way. Very interesting. I think I'm ready to head back.
Of course. He's kind of like walks back in silence. He's kind of like thinking him to himself, unless you talk to him.
No, Moat is also like wrapped in thought, like not paying attention at all.
Ace is, though, keeping watch also. He's not like not watching where they're going. And looking,
Moat's not even watching where he's going.
Yeah, Ace is keeping lookout.
As you guys get back, you kind of hear some. You assumed it was the other person's footsteps and heavy breaths, but as you both kind of get back a little distracted, you do turn around and realize that you've been followed by a little visitor who's taken advantage of your distracted and somewhat tired natures. It's just this tiny little puppy-sized creature, gray skin, kind of a shark-like head, big tongue that's flopping out one side. And as soon as you turn around and see it, it runs off.
Do I recognize it?
Oh yeah, it's a young Bullet.
Bullet.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, look up a picture.
Let's adopt it.
That was awful cute. Should we go chase it down?
Wasn't that the thing in Zeke's campaign that we like ripped off the head part because it had
Yeah.
like metal? Those are very dangerous. That is not good. I think when that bat told Nomad to stay, in order to stay off the ground, it may have been referring to those things they like to burrow. You should.
But it was adorable. Did you see
Very.
its tongue? It was
That's
just
a
sticking
baby.
right out.
It was. Babies are very cute, and their moms are usually not as cute. When it comes to monsters in the Underdark.
All right. Well, we'll be careful then.
When you guys get back, Toto is still repeating, "Danger, wait. Danger, wait. Danger,
Toto,
wait."
we're back. I give him a pat on the head. Thank you, Toto. You did well. Sorry that we betrayed your trust.
Quiet. Danger.
Thanks, Tota. You really are the peak of human evolution.
I do at this point, on our way back, I'm like being extremely vigilant to see if anything is following us,
Yeah.
if anything else is going on.
Yeah, once you
And
like, that's enough to kind of snap you out and like, oh shit, right, we're in the Underdark. We should pay some attention. The rest of the trip goes smoothly, and you are able to finish your watch with no additional events. You're able to wake up Vasu and Gale, move on to third shift.
I warned them about the boulette. Gail, there was a baby boulette that we ran into when we were doing rounds. So you guys should be vigilant. Parents don't usually
Bullets
stray very
don't
far
have
from them.
babies. They're metal constructs.
Okay, well this one was a tiny one, and I'm sure there are big ones around it as well. Also, that is completely false, and you should feel ashamed for yourself.
If my
One of us is
understanding,
scientist. The other just knows humanoids, not bullets.
Yeah, I specialize in the dark, and just because you're a scientist doesn't mean you know a lot of things. You can't know everything. You're not a scientist of everything.
I beg to differ, but
So I think I'm gonna go play in that lava over there.
don't do that. That will kill you.
I mean, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna like play in it. I just want to touch it.
That is where we saw the boulette. So
I lean toward Elise even though I don't need to because of telepathy. And if my understanding of social interaction is correct, these two are going to mate.
She leans back. I don't think they have the parts that they... I don't know for certain.
Oh, not successfully, but they will mate.
Oh, right, yes. I suppose.
Is it an emotional thing, mating?
did you like wake up Elise just to tell her this?
She's awake at this point, I'm assuming.
It's a change of shift. It's in the
I
middle
go-
of the shifts.
I
You should
go
just,
over
like,
to her. I
So,
go over to her and I wake her up and I'm like, they're going to frick.
I live my life assuming that everyone else is the same tortured soul that I am, and if anyone makes any noise at any point in the night, you're immediately woken up. So I assume
yeah.
that once every shift, everybody wakes up and people go back to sleep afterwards. But I guess that's probably not true because most people
It's-
are normal.
I don't know. I just kind of the same way. That's just white noise.
So to be clear, Moat, everything that I described in that dream, you did in real life.
Okay, but I didn't like. It just felt like real life to me, and then Vasu had the dream.
Yes, correct. With
Okay.
that said, it was very obviously like the lava deliberately parted around your hand.
Right.
Alright, so Vasu, what are you doing?
I want to go play in the lava,
Okay.
but I'm not entirely stupid. So hearing the warnings about staying off the ground and the boulettes and whatnot, I'm going to first just cast Gust to like quaff my feathers real quick to make myself look nice. Do my hair in the morning. And that's an air-based spell. I'm going to use my Firebark circles to give me the hover trait.
Okay, alright.
And then I'm gonna try to just like follow the path that I saw in that dream over to the same lava
Sure.
spot.
Yeah, and you remember it too. It is not that far behind you. And you're able to make it over there. You do see... Do you have dark vision or goggles? You have goggles, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's illuminated anyway because of the lava. You do see when you get over there that on the opposite side of the chasm, which is probably about 15 feet wide, there is an adult bullet and a young bullet that are both kind of just sleeping peacefully on the other side. Half like submerged under the rock. But you do find the curtain of lava.
I'll try to I'll just observe it for a bit and then probably try to do the same thing, stick my hand out and cast like control flames or whatever the cantrip is called.
Sure. You kind of take a moment, you find your inner peace, you try to sort of tap into this elemental energy.
And as an extra precaution, since I did see the fire almost fall back onto Nordo's hand in the dream, I'm gonna while I'm using control flames, I'll do the firebark circle thing again to change into the fire thing, which I think makes it so I can't be set on fire unless I want to be.
Right. Alrighty.
Here.
Give me a wisdom.
This is
check.
the fire damage. Can't be set on fire unless I allow it, and as a bonus action, can instantly extinguish any burning creature.
All right. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Aww.
All right. You kind of take a moment to.
Can I inspire that?
Sure, go for it.
I've been sitting on inspiration for like 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
I want cool stuff.
All right.
Cool flavor. Oh,
That's a shame. All the same, however, you kind of sit, and you try to focus, and you feel this electric feeling at the base of your neck, like you felt before. But there's, it feels distant. It feels spent. It feels tired. But with that said, it feels present. It feels like now that you've felt it once, you kind of. It's like when you've unlocked a new mastery or a new spell, and you kind of just have this innate gut feeling of where to find it in your key. It feels like you have found this node and you've found some way to tap into this power, but it is either spent or something is missing, or you're just not able to focus, and you're not quite able to reach back and access it again.
okay.
I imagine like Vasu's concentrating and reaching, and out of nowhere, like he hears like the whispers, and then it's Nomad. Vasu. Vasu.
Vasu.
Hello.
What?
What are you attempting over there?
I don't know, something cool, I guess.
I'm going to cast my once per day theologian feat thing. What was that? Here it is.
Okay,
I want to detect
real quick, what is the range on your telepathy?
120 feet.
Okay, he is way past 120 feet. And also, I'm pretty sure Nomad is asleep.
Oh, is this still there? I thought we were in the next day by now.
Oh no, this
No.
is still third watch.
Third shift.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought we were already the next day.
No, it's all good. This night did go. We're still in the night.
Gotcha. I'm asleep.
With that said, if you want to try this in the morning, that's totally cool.
Yeah, in the morning is fine.
All right. Anything else on third watch though, Fasu and Gap?
I'll just make my way back
All right.
quietly and carefully to not attract any more bullets. Hopefully, I'll do the hover thing again.
So, Mr. Vasu, just on the topic that we spoke of the other day, how much should I be charging for my services?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
I
100
think that-
gold?
I think that kind of depends on like how big of a project is. Maybe. I'm not the guy to. I'm not the guy to talk to about this sort of thing. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not financially wise at all.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. I appreciate your services.
All right. The remainder of the third watch goes smoothly, and when you all wake up in the morning, Elise and Patches and you will report that nothing terribly interesting happened on fourth watch. You guys get a short rest.
Ta-da! Short rest.
Those are not updated for 8th level. Make sure
All of our berries are almost bad.
Elise will actually eat some of those berries while she can.
Yeah, anyone else? Wanna
Like
eat
We have
berries?
berries
I'm at
now?
full.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were given good berries by the druid. He also gave us water breathing for 24 hours, which we did not use.
You've got like
I'm missing.
you guys have like 2 hours left on water breathing.
If there are extra berries, I could use some.
I'm
like,
only missing
dying.
2
We
health,
have-
but if
He gave us like it was enough for everyone to have 5. So he gave us 40 berries.
40.
I'm missing 13 total.
I gave you my 10 berries, so you have 10. I gave you my 5, so now you have 10.
I'm down 14.
Woo. You can have 2 as well, I think. I'm missing no HP.
Yeah, so we have a
Down
total.
eleven.
We have a total of 40 berries to split up whoever needs them.
Down 11 HP. How many berries is that?
So everybody has 5 berries, and then you can share yours if you don't use them.
Gotcha. I give mine to anyone who needs it because I don't need.
Same.
yeah, I'll eat 2 of mine and give 3 to whoever needs them.
I
Then
tried.
I'm assuming Flick and Yule don't need theirs since they're not even here, so they just go to the. So there's 10 extra one.
Yeah, we had a long rest recently, right?
You did. The
Excellent.
rest before this one.
So I missed my arcane recovery. What level wizard am I? I'm 6. How many is that? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's 6. So 7, 6.
All right, so you guys have about 2 hours left on your water breathing. What's the plan?
I spent a little time fishing in this water last night. Didn't catch nothing but fish, so I don't know if there's anything too terribly dangerous, at least right here at the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usually much deeper. All right, in the morning I check out that lava vein. Check for elementals.
Sure. You're checking for elementals. There's I don't know 30 feet where it's located.
I go with them.
Find if it's been magically consecrated or desecrated. Yeah, you cast the spell. No, you don't detect any elementals, and you don't detect any consecration or desecration.
It's very odd.
Other
There is
than
nothing.
what you'd expect.
Yeah. This all seems, I would even say, natural if we didn't know that lava didn't flow this way. I wonder what is causing it. Did I make a check to figure this out already? I don't remember.
They're definitely.
I think Ace did.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check.
Let me try. Not expecting shit. I'm not proficient. Actually, I will use my once per day. I'll make myself proficient in it.
Sure.
Let's do that. 11 with proficiency.
Yeah. You spent a lot of time in the Underdark, but you were not ever really near any strong volcanic activity.
We're smart. We try not to go near the lava.
Yeah, so the thing that stands out, especially to Ace, but also to you with an 11, magma cools pretty quickly, especially when exposed to, sort of damp and cold environments like the Underdark. For it to be flowing, especially as, thin streams like this over a long period of time is unnatural. And I guess Ace would probably recognize this more than Nomad. I'm just now thinking to mention it.
Yeah. What is causing this heat, do you think, Brother Bird?
It's really almost impossible to say at the moment. We don't have enough information. I don't know if it has anything to do with the still stones. Still stones, unbalanced, maybe has something to do with the whole moats, the soul of the phoenix or something. Maybe elements are out of balance and the world is trying to balance it because of that. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm not a...
When Vasu struck down that hooked horror, there was a wave of heat that came from that chasm. It was Vasu, however, not Moat.
I guess Vasu's also skilled in fire, but it also could have been a coincidence. If it happens again when Vasu does something, then it might mean more, but right now it might just be a coincidence.
We must keep a close eye on those two.
Yeah, Moat and I came here last night and he was able to part it. It was interesting.
More investigation required. I
So
must
much
keep
so
a
that-
closer look.
He was able to stick his hand through the curtain and it just parted around him.
Was there anything behind?
Empty space.
I was gonna say it's not like
Curse
it was,
you! What is your conundrum?
Yeah, it's not like it was hiding anything. It was just drooping down the middle of this cavern. So
Like, curse you, lava! How dare you give us an unsolvable puzzle?
all
Yeah,
right.
but we should probably keep onwards while we still have water breathing, and we can get our apparatuses ready for whenever it starts to go away.
Right. Also, I have to go to work now. Bye, guys.
All right, later, dude.
Have a good shift.
All right. Let's see. We should probably wrap up soon, but I'll try to get us to at least a decent stopping point. How are we feeling? People got to go now?
I'm good.
Tired. That's not D&D related.
Are we playing next week or not? Because that's going to really depend on if I want to. If I'm going to push first.
We are definitely taking next week off, and then we'll be back the week after that.
Then we are going onwards.
All right. It's not too much longer, but somebody give me a survival check as you guys venture into this deep water. Let me know if you take any special preparations.
We get our gear ready in case we need to use it after the 2 hours.
All right.
Perhaps.
Did we already devise a way to like keep our shit dry, as far as just like not jumping into the water with my like loose tobacco and stuff?
Sure didn't.
And all the food.
I'm assuming we left a lot of important stuff on the ship. But
I mean, if any of you brought firearms, then you have black powder, which is going to be susceptible. If any of you guys have like paper and shit, that would be susceptible.
I'm assuming we have do we have any extra bladders or anything that we could like airtight?
Oh, I brought a bunch of these big gallon-sized Ziploc bags. We'll be fine. My mom always said to come prepared.
I mean, my tobacco is in a 10. I'm not worried about that, but mostly just the food. But it's probably fine.
There will be plenty of things to hunt for food wherever we go down here.
Right.
I mean, we do plan on coming back this direction. We can always, if we need to, and if something's too valuable to bring down there, we can always leave it here, hide it.
Other than that, I don't think I have any prep to do. Maybe make us all a nice breakfast.
Cool. I'm double checking to make sure.
Catfish and cornbread.
I mean, also, Gail, don't you have a bag of holding?
Not currently.
Gotcha. I guess I will leave my book here.
All right. So I will kind of.
Actually, I would have left out on the ship. I'm not stupid. I knew we were going to the Underdark. I only brought my flyers out of the ship to hand out.
Cool. I'll leave it up to honor system. Keep track of your shit. If you leave it here, that's totally fine. You can kind of make a little pile. You can even use some old mold earth to make a little cubby hole to try to hide things in. If you take it with you and it gets ruined by water damage, just take note of that. And if you left it on the ship, that's cool too. Just make sure that you don't use it while you don't have it. With that said, water breathing for a couple more hours now, and then you guys have your backup equipment ready to go. You do see that Elise is taking off her armor and kind of strapping it to her. Actually, that wouldn't make sense because she would have to carry it anyway. Fuck, how strong is she?
She should keep the iron boots on, so then she can just sink. She doesn't have to worry about swimming.
Yeah. She is actually, what she does is she takes Gil's breathing bladder and she kind of ties it around her chest, and then she sort of tests the water. And she finds that the added buoyancy from that is enough to at least keep her, like, buoyancy neutral.
She can also take an extra, my spare bladder, because I don't need one personally anymore.
Sick. I have no idea if the science supports this. I'm sure that I will yell at myself between sessions, but for now it works.
Well, she doesn't have the sandbags. She just instead of using sandbags, she just uses her armor as buoyancy.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Presumably, Moat would probably have to do the same. Everybody else is okay.
I'm gonna just splash around in the water a little bit, enough to cast shape water, and then change my firebark circles to water and give myself a swim speed.
Excellent. All right. So let me get survival checks from 2 people to kind of lead the way.
Probably Vasu and Nordo. I think they have the best.
Yeah, I don't have a swim speed, but I have natural hold breath without magic, and think of myself as someone who likes the water.
Those are both great checks. Let me see, how far do you have to go? That to there.
I have made Firo into an octopus, by the way.
Excellent. Alright, so, the first stretch of swimming lasts for about an hour or so. And you guys find yourself back on dry land. You're able to kind of transition back, and then you continue on foot for 3 or 4 hours. Your water breathing does wear off. There are a couple of very minor encounters. You get kind of introduced to some of the local flora and fauna. Eventually, around probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon, although it's hard to tell underground, you reach a rather large chasm where there appears to have been a huge cave-in. And as you guys kind of come across it, Nomad and Ace, you have very rarely seen any sort of a cave-in this large. It looks like there has been a tremendous disruption. And you can also tell that down below, there's like a little bit of a, not really even a cliff, it's just a part where it's collapsed into sort of a boulder and rubble-filled ramp that goes down for probably a good 200 feet or so. But at the bottom of it, you see signs of kind of a pathway or a road. And you can tell that there are little lamps that are filled with this dim green light that are just set up every few hundred feet to kind of serve as markers or waypoints. And it looks to you that the tunnel system that you've been in did not previously connect to this main chamber, but that it has recently opened up as a result of whatever caused all this weird geological activity. And you can also see that at the bottom of this new area that you've entered, the bottom like 10 or 15 feet are just blanketed in this fog, this mist, that seems to just kind of roll in billowing rolls from north to south. But
Have I seen...
Or go ahead.
I was just asking if I've seen fog like this before in the Underdark.
Occasionally there will be fog. Well, give me a nature check. You probably haven't, actually. It's a little unusual for fog to form underground, because for fog to happen, water needs to evaporate and then rapidly condense due to cooling. And that's not really a thing that happens very much underground. So, you know what fog is, you know how it works above ground. You've probably never run into fog or mist underground before.
That's kind of strange. I mean, judging by what I just said, insert text voice here, the only thing I could think of that would evaporate water so quickly would be maybe if there's exposed lava and it is cooling because it's in the Underdark, so the vapor comes down as mist. Or maybe it's something to do with our destination. I don't know.
Nordo and Yule passively, as you guys are kind of surveying all of this, looking down several hundred feet below, and then probably a good maybe quarter mile north, traveling northward, you see little swirls in the mist, like something moving through it. It is moving away from you along the road to the north, and you're not able to make out exact shapes. But whatever it is, it looks small. It looks like a group of small humanoids pulling like a cart or a wagon of some sort. And they're a long way away, like a quarter mile away.
Well, suppose we go that way, huh?
Yeah. Here, let me do something real quick. Can I do my minute ping to see if I can ping for humanoids around us? I probably would have been doing that throughout, but I forgot to mention it.
Sure.
So I won't say it.
As you stop and focus and kind of place your hands on the earth, there's nothing for quite a while until you get to about the 3.5 mile mark. Apart from the ones that you've seen up there, you sense that there are 5 humanoids about a quarter mile north, heading north. But then, in the direction that they're heading, about 3.5 miles off, you sense about 130 humanoids.
Hmm.
In kind of a
30
cluster.
is an encampment of some sort up there.
Guess that's our place then. Yeah, Cage.
More than likely. It does seem like Underdark road down here. Perhaps it's what led them to the city to begin with, until this cave-in happened.
Based on where those kobolds pulling, or presumably kobolds pulling carts are, and the speed that they're moving, do I get the sense that we could like catch up to that before it reaches there?
Yeah. They seem to be traveling at just sort of a casual pace. If you were to move quickly, you could probably catch up with them. You would also know just by traveling with Gale that kobolds move a little bit slower.
Gotcha.
You got them
Seems
little
you.
legs. Except for him, he's actually pretty fast for a kobold.
Hey, man, kobolds have a 30 walking speed.
Do they have 30?
Yeah, man, we're just as capable as any other person.
I am
Excuse you.
I am mistaken. I apologize. I could have sworn that they had 25.
Never been so insulted.
All right. Should we try catching up with them and see if we can find something out?
I mean,
Seems like
good
a
luck
fine
with
idea
that.
to me.
Kobolds are very fast.
Well, if we catch up to them.
Also, I do need to run. I don't know if we were gonna
Yeah, we can
call it before this or after. But
no, we can call it here. This is a good place to pick up.
yeah, you're welcome to play without me, obviously. But
We're down several people anyway. This is a good place to pick up. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're off next week. But we'll be back at the normal time.
Did me and Vasu max our team attack?
Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on over there?
If only you spent the night with him and you guys did it together, you guys could have maxed it out.
if only. I'll see you all in like 2 weeks, jerks.
Right? What a night.